Good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eddie Watson Stadium on the campus of Cookville High School, where we are set for the high school football game of the week as we've got a Class 6A non-region showdown as the 6-1 Lincoln County Falcons take on the equally 6-1 Cookeville Cavaliers. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined next to the press box by my friend Jeremy Tollison, Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline, the lovely Madison McKay producing things for us here this evening. A beautiful night for high school football, and if you like old school football, this is the game for you. Tonight's broadcast presented by our friends with the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles. This is the Watson Chevy pregame show. And Jeremy, these are two football teams that like to pound the rock offensively.
Yeah, and that's what I've been looking forward to the whole week. It's just offensive line play. A lot of people may think this is going to be boring football, but if you are a football fan, this is awesome. I cannot wait to watch the offensive line, defensive line, running backs. It's a will to win every single play.
It's going to be a lot of fun tonight as we gear up. The band is on the field, making sure we're not missing the national anthem here. A lot to get into in the pregame show, the Watson Chevy pregame show, 10th meeting all time. And it's interesting, this was a budding rivalry in the early 2000s. Cookeville leads the series 5-4. They met every season in a region from 2001 to 2008, then didn't meet again until last year. Of those 10 meetings, 6 of them have been decided by 10 or less points, but not last year. A dominant 41-13 victory last year for Cookeville on the road at Lincoln County. But what do we know about this matchup? It is not 2023. This Lincoln County team a lot healthier than they were a year ago in that matchup and a lot better. They found their identity, and they are ready to bring the fight to Cookeville on the road. A battle with region implications in a non-region game. Both these teams near the top of their respective regions, albeit all alone in first place by half a game right now is Lincoln County. Cookeville in third, one game behind Green Hill and Mount Juliet. Cookeville with a huge game with Green Hill looming next week. Why is it important, you may ask? Because the second tiebreaker after head-to-head is overall record. This is a game, matters a lot. And then you get behind that, victories over teams above 500 is one of the tiebreakers. Both these teams have already clinched being above 500. So, Jeremy, while it's not a region game tonight, there could be big region implications for Cookeville. It's on the board. If they go win next week at Green Hill beats Mount Juliet. Everybody has one loss. Everybody's 9-1. And a game like tonight could be the difference between hosting a team or having to go to Oakland in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Oakland. Now, it's this game and several games across UCR Nation tonight, it's all about jockeying for playoff position now. And at the end of the day, being the 2 seed and being at home and facing an inferior opponent is a huge advantage than being a 3 seed or, heaven forbid, a 4 seed, having to travel into the other gauntlet's 1 seed. It's about playoff positioning, and this next 2 or 3 weeks, man, it's going to be fun.
It is. As we look at the tail of the tape here, Lincoln County mentioned they're an upstart team this year under head coach Eddie Cunningham. It's its 4th season. They've staved the course, and it's paying off. Just 11-22 in his 4 seasons, but 6 of those 11 wins have come in this campaign. In Region 5-6A, they are in first place. Wins over Richland, Lawrence County, Spring Hill, Tullahoma, Giles County, and Franklin County. Not Murderers Row, but you only play who you play against. They lost back in week 2 against Davidson Academy, a game that was weird. Lots of fumbles, kickoff returns. It was one of those games early in the season. They're on a 5-game winning streak, and they've been dominant within this winning streak, averaging 38 points per game, allowing just over 14.5 as well. They've allowed 20 points just twice this season. And a starts and finishes for this Lincoln County team with their senior tailback. Didn't play against Cookeville a year ago. Brett Dobbs has been great this year. He's a Mr. Football contender. 175 carries. 175 carries
Wow.
through 7 games for 1,256 yards. That's a 7.2 yards per carry clip, 17 touchdowns, and in all 7 games so far this season, Brett Dobbs has run for over 100 yards. Cookeville better put their hard hats on tonight if they want to defeat this Falcon squad.
I was in the press box before the game started talking to the Lincoln County coaches, and I asked them by chance if they happened to have left number 9 at home and he didn't get on the bus, but they made it clear to me that he's on the bus. And because of missing games last year, just his focus this year has just been unbelievable because of lost time And by those statistics, he's making up for lost time.
He certainly is, and it's not just Dobbs. They have a sophomore, Carson Carter, the heir apparent. He's got 82 carries this year, 638 yards, so 7.8 yards per carry clip and 9 touchdowns. As a team, they've attempted 68 passes this year for 611 yards and 6 touchdowns. They've run the ball 313 times this year. We're going to see some ground and pound football tonight as they have the national anthem. Howie Ledbetter caught up with Taylor Hennigan to ask him about those things and a few others. We'll hear from him and then come back as we wrap up the Watson Chevy pregame show and high school football game of the week.
Here with head coach of Cookville, Coach Taylor Hennigan. Coach, what do you need to see out of your team tonight as they return from a bye week?
I think more of the same. Just start fast. The biggest thing for us has been turnovers, so limit some of that. But just play our game.
How do you plan to stop the run game against a team that can establish it so early on?
Yeah, easier said than done. Obviously we got to get a bunch of people at the point of attack, try to mix our fronts a little bit, be active and move up front. It's part of the plan. But at the end of the day, it's about block destruction and tackling.
What does this game mean for your team's momentum heading into a big stretch of the season?
It is big. It's the next one. It's maybe not a region game, but we're not looking past anything other than 7 o'clock tonight. So it's a game that we need to win, that we want to win. It's a home game. That's really all that matters.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you.
931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back as the CHS alma mater is being played right now by the Cookville High School Band. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollison, Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline, Madison McKay producing things. Happy to be along with you for the high school football game of the week. A beautiful night in Putnam County. Temperature 57 degrees. We'll be in the lower 50s by the end of the game. No wind to speak of. Couldn't ask for a better night on this turf field at Eddie Watson Stadium. Two programs moving in the right direction, Lincoln County and Cookville. We talked a lot about Lincoln County. We'll reiterate the point before we went to break. They passed it 68 times this year compared to 313 runs. You know, we think about Cookville in our area as being a run-dominant team, and they are. They've run the ball 258 times this year. They've thrown it 133, and we don't think Cookville ever throws the football. They do it about more than double the amount that this Lincoln County team does entering tonight's game. By the way, those 313 carries, 2,239 yards and 29 touchdowns for a big Lincoln County offense. Their opponents, though, Speaking of big offenses, the Cookeville Cavaliers head coach Taylor Hennigan, his third season, what a job he has done here with his alma mater. 17-13, coming off a great year last year, even better start this year. They are 6-1. 3-1 in Region 4-6A, but because this region's so good, they find themselves currently in third place. One game behind undefeated Green Hill and Mount Juliet. They face those undefeated Green Hill Hawks next week at Green Hill, but this one matters for reasons we talked about earlier. Their wins over Stone Memorial, Pure Academy, White County, Lebanon, Warren County, Gallatin. Got to be fair, said about Lincoln County, that's not Murderer's Row either for the Cookeville Cavaliers. Their one losses to Mount Juliet, 38-21. The scheduling point is interesting because really, it seems like Mount Juliet may be a step ahead of where Cookeville was 2 weeks ago. We'll see what happens if they get together again. Cookeville wants Mount Juliet again. Somebody's going to have to beat a Murfreesboro school or two for that to happen. But regardless, their one loss there, Cookeville hasn't had a comparable 6A opponent yet. Gallatin a little bit down, Lebanon way down. A huge opportunity tonight for Cookeville to go up against a team in a similar spot, doing similar things to see how they stack up tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about playoff positioning and jockeying for position, but it's also finding out what your team is and who they're made of and what you can control. And sometimes when you face inferior opponents, like you said, you just don't get that test. Lincoln County is going to give them everything they want. And in the playoffs, it could be, if you're lucky enough to make a round or two or three, you could face a spread option team in the first round, a running attack in the second round, and vice versa. So you have to be ready for anything thrown at you, and Lincoln County is going to give them just a little bit different of anything they've seen all year.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Hit that share button, like along with us live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. We'll welcome our radio listeners in just after kickoff as well. Happy to be with you tonight as the captain's about to meet at midfield. And let's go through the starters for the Cookeville Cavaliers. First on the defensive side of the football up front, the defensive end, Bennett Williams, the nose tackle, Zane Williams, the defensive tackle, William Sawyer, and Wes Hudson will line up on the other defensive end. The linebackers, this is a very good linebacking core for Taylor Hennigan. Blake Owen, Evan Banks, and True McLaughlin. And in the secondary, Lucas Harden, Joseph Owens, Keely Davis, and Thomas Johnson, a player we didn't get to talk about yet. Got hurt in the Lebanon game, gutted it out. Missed one game, gutted it out a little bit in their final game before heading into the off week. They expect him to be a full go tonight on both sides of the football. Thomas Johnson, a big boost for this Cookeville team that will line up on offense, left to right on the offensive line. The left tackle taking a visit to Coastal Carolina tomorrow, Austin Hone. The left guard is Bennett Williams. The center is Skyland Pleasant. The right guard, William Sawyer. And the right tackle is Zane Williams. Of that offensive line from left guard over all seniors, Austin Hone, a junior. Tight end tonight is Wes Hudson. The receivers, Joseph Owens, Lucas Harden, and Jack Roberts. And the starting quarterback, Blake Owen. The 1-2 punch of Blake Owen and Thomas Johnson has to be very good tonight for Taylor Hennigan, Jeremy.
They do, and I'll tell you, like we said, Lincoln County's they're going to give them everything they want, okay? But it's all about Cookeville tonight. Cookeville has to control what Cookeville can control, and it's minute 52 till kickoff. It's go time. They've got to figure out where they're at.
Cookeville has won the toss, and they have deferred it to the second half. So the Lincoln County Falcons will receive the opening kickoff. They're in the road, white jerseys and pants, navy numbers and letters with the red helmets and red trim. Cookeville, the home, navy jerseys, white pants, white numbers and letters with the red accents in the white helmets. I talked to Justin earlier on today. He, one of Taylor Hennigan's teammates, back in that time frame where they were playing in the region, a bunch of de facto region championship games between Lincoln County and Cookeville, and he said it was like looking at a bunch of clones. They played the same way. They look the same way. We're getting back to that tonight after a decade and a half of no matchups and last year being very lopsided. Could look like a very similar football game here this evening. We're happy to be along with you tonight. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollis and Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay producing things live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. We welcome those of you listening on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. If you're watching on the Hub Plus Roku app or on Spectrum Twin Lakes channel 192 locally, if you want to watch high school football, we got it for you as the two teams have taken the field here at Eddie Watson Stadium. One of 3 games tonight, live across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network over on UCR2. The Upperman Bees, the #1 ranked Upperman Bees, welcome in White House, a game that was only 14 points a year ago. Jacob Vincent and Coach Shanks on the call there from Baxter, and over on UCR3. Nice measuring stick game. The red hot York Dragons, who we saw last week, beat Stone at Stone. A 5-game winning streak for Durham Wright squad. They welcome in the Friendship Christian School Commanders. Rafferty Cleary, JoJo Matheny on the call there from Jamestown. We're happy to be along with you tonight. Decent crowd on hand. It is fall break, the final day of a 2-week fall break in Putnam County. That always creates a little bit of havoc. Coach Hennigan had the team back in on Sunday. They practiced in the morning a couple of days early in the week, then got back in the evening the past few days, did a walkthrough this morning, said it's been a good week of practice. You never know. Kids have been away. They've been on the couch playing Fortnite. Weird things happen after fall break.
Speaking of fall break, I drove from Orange Beach this morning to be here, so I'm
appreciate it.
Super grateful to be here. Would not have missed it. Cookville's my alma mater, and when I mentioned this to you off air, I've got a weird little tie to Lincoln County as well, because their historic coach that was there over 20 years, Louis Thompson, coached his last season in 2010 and lost in the playoffs at Soddy Daisy to end a historic career, and I just so happened to referee that game. So it's just kind of weird how a lot of it just kind of ties together.
Cookville going to kick right to left on this all-turf field here. Good atmosphere. It's going to be a good football game. May not be a very long football game if everything holds true to form, but we got the inkling there may be a little throwing going on more than we're expecting from one of these two teams. We'll have to wait and see if that was a bait and switch or not. Cookville special teams been very good this year. Coach Hennigan talked about that this week and said they've got to continue to be that way tonight. Alonzo Sanchez Cantu, the junior, races up and boots it away, and it is a booming kick. Fielded on the 1-yard line for the Falcons. To the 5, to the 10, to the 15. One broken tackle, and then it'll be cut down on the 24. And we will see this Lincoln County offense. Keys to the game, Jeremy, pretty clear tonight.
Well, you asked me yesterday what my keys to the game was, and number 1, number 2, number 3 for both teams to stop the run, okay? But I think for Cookville to add to that, find a little bit of balance. And I think Lincoln County is going to try to throw the ball a little bit more than we anticipate.
Maddox Franklin, the quarterback, has missed some time this year, did not play last year. He's in there tonight. Brett Dobbs on his left. Here we go. Snap taken. They are going to throw it on the first play, and no siree. Taken down immediately. Trayshawn Jean, and he will be blown up in the backfield. A host of Cavaliers there. But Lucas Harden says not today. It's a loss of 3.
Well, and right there, Clint Quick has got to pick up that block. It's the receiver's responsibility to block the corner there, and he didn't even touch him, and he blows right through and blows that play up.
In the shotgun here, 2nd and 13. They did try to throw it on the first play, and it didn't work. They're going to try to do it on the second. Dropping back to pass, looking deep, firing deep. Receiver is open, underthrown, and it's broken up. Had a step, but had to throw it a long way as he was looking for quick downfield. Lucas Harden in there again defensively, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
And if the quarterback lets the ball go a little sooner and anticipates that a little bit more, that's probably at minimum a 30-yard pickup. Could have been a touchdown, but the ball just, like you said, slightly underthrown, thrown just a little bit late.
So for all the talk about running the football, Lincoln County's come out and thrown it on the first 2 plays. 3rd and 13, 2 receivers to the right. Later, River onto the field for Cookville as they get a line in the secondary with a 3-safety look. Snap taken, dropping back, looking over to the right. Here comes the pressure. He fires, receivers open, but it's incomplete. And some of the big boys got through for the Cavaliers, and it will be a quick 3 and out. And Blake Owen's going to get an opportunity to run the Cavalier offense after this punt.
3 plays, 3 passes, punt the ball. That is not how we expected this to go.
That is like 4% of their passes for the entire season just came on this one drive. 4th and 13. Harden back deep to receive this kick for the Cavs. The punt is away. It's a low line drive. This one bounces. Harden bobbles it. It's on the ground, and he's going to pick it up and be put down immediately. Danger there. Cookville, the importance of being good on special teams, but they're going to have it 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, working right to left on your radio dial. Alex Grosh gets there defensively to put him down on the punt. So Blake Owen, his senior season, been great. I mean, simply sensational. He has 109 carries for 1,039 yards. That is a 9.5 yards per carry clip with 13 touchdowns. Throwing the football, only 52% completion percentage, but has 490 yards and 5 touchdowns to go along with 3 interceptions. We may see Easton Davidson in. In fact, I know we'll see Easton Davidson in at times tonight. He's the sophomore with a nice arm if they want to throw the football a little bit. Trips to the left. Owen takes the snap. He's going to keep it around the left side, and Lincoln County ready for it. Trying to push him backwards, and they will, and they'll finish him off. Forward progress, but Lincoln County ready for it. It's the matchup to watch up front. Tucker Bassell gets him down.
Yeah, really good pursuit by the defensive line there. Held up the blocks. Linebackers able to fill, and I'll tell you, that just a great defensive stand right there on that play by Lincoln County.
2 over to the right, 1 to the left for Blake Owen on 2nd and 12. Senior quarterback has the shotgun snap. Going to run and hand off to Johnson, who is punched in the backfield and taken down for another big loss. Both the defenses ready to go early. Loss of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 15 rather. All 3 games live now. That was a fun sound in our ear. I think we're good. Hit that share button if you haven't already. Thank you to Michael for the stars on Facebook. That's a way you can support what we do here at UCR. He says best high school coverage in Tennessee.
Let's go.
I'm super biased,
Thanks,
but I
Michael.
tend to agree. 2 to the left, 1 to the right here for Owen on 3rd and 15. Hudson aligns across the front of the line of scrimmage. Snap taken, handoff goes to the back. Evan Banks jukes off of 1 tackler, and now the pile-up arrives. They needed a bunch, got 9, and it's going to be a punting situation as Wilkie Pack, all-name team right there, makes the tackle. And here comes the punting unit. Likely Blake Owen can punt it, and we'll see if he will here.
Tell you, not how either one of these offenses drew up to start the game, and 6 plays, 2 punts.
Buckle up. 8:35 to go.
Here we go.
Offense stays out. This is a pooch punt. A little hard count. Nobody jumps. It is 4th and 5, so why not see if he can get 5? And now Blake Owen backs up a couple of steps, and he's going to punt it with nobody back deep. Has the snap. There's the punt. Pretty good one. Spiraling. Bounces at the 25, inside the 20. Still rolling in. A great punt for Blake Owen inside the 10, and it'll trickle to a stop at the 8.5-yard line. Owen, the leading tackler on defense, over 1,000 yards rushing on offense, 400 passing yards, and oh yeah, he can drop a punt down on the 8-yard line.
I fully expect to hear the name Brett Dobbs a few times on this
yeah,
possession right here.
That was fun for a minute for Lincoln County, but the passing
really
game
cute,
did
really
nothing.
cute.
Yeah, it did absolutely nothing. 1st and 10 here from back in their own end. We're scoreless, just getting started tonight. 8:13 to play in the first quarter in Cookville. 2 receivers go out to the right side here. Maddox Franklin, the junior quarterback, 6'1", 175 pounds. Has the snap, and now he's going to hand off to Dobbs, who gets hit in the backfield and drugged down, maybe a gain of a yard, got to about the 10. And it is a balance. You understand why Cookville or why Lincoln County would try and throw it a little bit. Both these teams are just going to be sitting on the run. Bennett Williams makes the stop defensively. You're going to have to attempt to throw it and space out these big fronts. 2 receivers to the right, 2nd and 8. A score update on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard coming up now. Dropping to pass, a low ball. It's tipped up, and it hit the ground. It'll be incomplete as he was looking for Mick Smith. This Lincoln County team has some fun names.
I love it.
Score updates. Friendship Christian with a 7-0 lead. They rush right down the field against York over on UCR 3. Ethan Polk with an 8-yard touchdown rush for Upperman. It is 7-0 already. They're going to win again.
Happy senior night, Ethan Paul.
Yes, and they're going to win. So, spoiler alert, one receiver each way. Two-man motion across as the band makes some noise. 3rd down and 8 for the Falcons. Snap take. Handoff goes to Dobbs with blockers in front. Big stiff arm, and there he goes to the 15, 20, 25, 30. Still in bounds, and he steps out on the 33, but not before a big gain of 23 yards, and Lincoln County moves the chains with Brett Dobbs.
I'll tell you one thing that impressed me there with Dobbs is you can tell he's just got a good center balance, okay? Just really keeps his balance. The stiff arm, I don't want to see any more Derrick Henry stuff tonight.
Tempo here for Lincoln County. They get back on the ball quickly. 2 to the left as they give the hard count. It's that faux tempo. They get up, try to see what the defense is in, check over, get the new play. 7:20 to go in the first quarter. Just had our first down of the ball game. Franklin, the quarterback, with the snap, stretches it to Dobbs around left side. There's another big hole to rumble through, and he'll get down for a gain of 9. Coach Hennigan not going to be happy right now in the last 2 plays, as that's going to be Thomas Johnson, who's in there, looks good, running around. Makes the tackle. It's 2nd and 1 here for the Falcons on the road. Good student section on fall break for Cookville. These are tall grandstands. They're up beyond the halfway point. Vacation's over. Everybody came back from the beach, just like Jeremy did today. Wonder what that was like. 2 to the left in the gun. Snap taken, dropping back, looking to throw deep downfield. One-on-one jump ball. Broken up. Lucas Harden with great positioning on the back end as he was looking for Gene. And it's going to be 3rd and 1.
And again, that's the second time we've seen Lincoln County try to throw the ball deep. The ball thrown late, underthrown a little bit. You can tell that has not been a big piece of their offense.
Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard here, Jeremy.
Looks like York answers with a heavy rushing drive of their own, 7-7, under 5 to go in the first quarter.
Good one there over on UCR 3 tonight. Motion man goes across the line. It's 3rd and 1. You'd imagine this is Dobbs' time, although Franklin is known to run it as well. Cookville shows blitz, they'll bring it. Doesn't matter. Dobbs breaks through, and there he goes to the 50, to the 45, and a touchdown-saving tackle made for the Cavaliers. Keeley Davis, the safety, a great move through the hole against the run blitz, and Lincoln County driving now to the Cookville 41.
I'll tell you one thing Lincoln County's doing is the guy right up on the line of scrimmage, 44, is known as the sniffer, okay? They use him, and he goes and sets the edge, and the last 2 plays, the holes have been huge.
Lincoln County with a good drive developing here. Started back on their own 8. Snap taken to Dobbs around the left side. Dobbs stretching it to the 40. Another big stiff arm. And this will be close to the line to gain. Brett Dobbs showing why he's a Mr. Football candidate early on in this one. Running big and powerful. It's going to be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1 as we near the midway point of the opening frame.
And Noah, just like you said, big and powerful, but also patient. That's something that I've seen out of his first 3 or 4 runs. Is just a really patient runner. Now, he hasn't had to be super patient because the hole's been there, but you can just tell he can cut either way. He's very patient.
And this is why they run it on a 5-1 clip versus passing. You're seeing it here. Franklin, the quarterback. Cookville with 8 in the box. Here comes the blitz. Hands off to Dobbs on the counter. He's got the first down and a lot more. Finishes strong inside the 25. Johnson with the tackle, but not before Brett Dobbs gains about 9 more.
And Cookville's going to have to find an answer. You know, Lincoln County right now is having their way in the run game in this second possession, and Cookville just has to – they've just got to man up. They've just got to man up and just create a little pressure and some penetration.
2 to the right, snap taken. Franklin going to throw it on 1st and 10. Fires it over, receivers there, and he makes the catch. Will be dumped out of bounds, but he finds Mick Smith. Maybe just a hair short of the line to gain. Keeley Davis with the tackle. The rollout, hitting the out route there into the red zone to the 15 for another 2nd and 1. Not good news for the Cavalier defense on this drive as Lincoln County is moving it at will.
They're going to measure.
They're going to measure this. It was close. It's inside the 15. It started on the 24. They're on the 14, so I can do some quick math and say that's pretty close. I'd be remiss if I didn't go ahead and mention Go Vols.
I like it. Go Vols.
If you're an Alabama fan, turn it off. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see your comments. Coach Hennigan said 2 disgusting words before the game started.
Oh.
Yeah. He ought to be ashamed of himself. So it's just short there. First one started with an R, and the second word started with a T.
Hold on.
Yeah, disgusting.
You know, the measurement here, honestly, is a good thing for Coach Hennigan and the Cavs. Gives them a free chance to regroup, talk to his defensive line linebackers about how they want to approach this, and just a really free time out there.
2nd and inches here for Lincoln County. They're on the Cookville 14-yard line looking to finish this drive off. Started on their own 8 about 4.5 minutes ago. They've gone the length of the field here. Now you're going to see a jumbo set. Dobbs on the left of Franklin. Franklin with the snap. Hands to Dobbs over right side. He's got the first down near the 10. Bring up 1st and goal, 1st and 10, doesn't matter. They need a touchdown here from the 10-yard line.
And again, I talked to you a minute ago about 44 being the sniffer. He literally sets the edge or sets the hole 9 out of 10 plays. So, and again, there's a lot smarter coaches out there than me, I promise you. However, you find 44, you find where the football's going.
Dobbs behind Franklin. There goes 44 across the line. Snap taken. They're going right where he is. Dobbs breaks 1 tackle to the 5. There's a flag down right in the area of holding. It's a touchdown, but we'll wait and see here as I think this one's coming back. Wilkie Pack, that sniffer position you're talking about. It is a hold against Lincoln County. Their fight song is Rocky Top, but they're going to have to stop playing it for a minute. Hopefully we hear that a lot tomorrow. For the Cav fans, they don't want to hear it a lot tonight. It'll back them up 10 from the original spot. It'll be 1st and goal from the 20.
You know what I hope we hear after the game tomorrow?
Dixieland Delight.
Dixieland Delight.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I had a fight with Chase Hoke this week, friendly fight. He thought we shouldn't storm the field. I said, I can guarantee you I'm going to be on top of the goalpost riding it out to the river if Tennessee beats Alabama tomorrow, just so we're clear. I'm going to need a boost.
Now, listen.
But I'm getting up there.
I also think we should not storm the field. However,
Don't
if we
care.
win and
we're
you go, I'm going with you.
Yeah, we're going to be on the field.
I'm going with you.
We are going to be on the field.
I'm not going, but if I see you, I'm going.
We're going. We're gone. 2 receivers to the left. 1st and goal from the 20. Handoff to Dobbs on the counter again. He breaks another tackle. He's back to the 10. They erase the penalty. And I'll tell you, Jeremy, Brent Dobbs is as good as advertised. This guy is legit. With 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, it'll be 2nd and goal.
We talked about it just a second ago, but Cookville just is not getting any penetration. And I'll tell you, the offensive line not only muscling Cook a little bit, but schematically the offensive line just does a really good job of putting their feet where they want them and setting the edge how they want to.
3:35 to go in the opening quarter. Lincoln County trying to break the scoreless tie. Dobbs over right side, gets hit and cut down. Best defensive play for Cookville of the drive. No gain, 3rd and goal from the 5.
You know, obviously, we talked earlier about keys to the game. Something else, and this is for both teams, because possessions are probably going to be at a premium tonight.
Yep.
So a turnover in a possession, 1 turnover could very well end this game with as premium as the possessions are.
Cookville won't blink. Talking to Coach Hennigan, he said, this team, they really believe in what we're doing. They went down against Gallatin by a couple of scores, didn't matter, didn't blink. But you don't want to go down a score on your home field off a fall break. And there are 22 bodies in the box here. It is 3rd and goal from the 5. Dobbs goes to the right side, and this is going to be actually the sophomore back. Snap taken, a handoff to him. Pardon me, it's a fake. Franklin around the right side. Did he get in? No, he's just short. If he would have handed it off, Carson Carter was going to walk in for 6. He pulled it to the right side, probably designed. Maddox Franklin got to the 1, and here you go. It's 4th and goal from the 1.
Can we say big play, Noah, this early in the game?
We can. This is a huge one.
It is, and if Cookville can find a way to get the penetration and stop this, the momentum just swings the other way.
Dobbs is the quarterback. see if he keeps it. He is. And he will dive to the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln County. 4th and goal from the 1, and Brett Dobbs caps off a 92-yard scoring drive. The Falcons come on the road and strike first. It's 6-0.
And again, we talked, but the offensive line there just created a huge hole, got great push, and Dobbs essentially walks into the end zone.
Extra point unit on here with 1:53 to go in the quarter. Snap, set, and there was some early movement. The guard jumped, and we got a flag down, so that'll make it a little bit more difficult. Back them up 5 yards, and they'll do it again. On the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard, Bronston Chaffin with a 27-yard touchdown run. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Upperman 14-0. They're going to be 8-0 in about 65 minutes.
You can go ahead and write it down.
That's
you
done.
go ahead and write it down.
That's done. Death taxes and them winning a game.
You do not have to write it in pencil. Just go ahead and write it down.
Permanent ink. You can probably just put about 12-0 before we even have a discussion. 14.
Hey, listen, until somebody proves it wrong, it is what it is.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. A little bit of gut check time here for Cookeville. Lincoln County comes in and does what Cookeville likes to do, mashes down the field for a 92-yard scoring drive.
It is gut check time, and they cannot, and I give Matheny credit every now and then, but they cannot get behind the sticks. You know, they stalled their first drive by the defensive line from Lincoln County getting the penetration, getting the tackles for loss. You have to stay on schedule, stay ahead of the sticks, and do what Cookeville does. I mentioned it before the game even started. This is on Cookeville to do what they need to do instead of worrying about what Lincoln County is going to do. If you can get your 3 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, 12 yards, get you a little quick pass, then Cookeville's right back in the game.
1:53 to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Lincoln County. Join us later on tonight. We will have the Friday Night In Zone show. Myself, Jacob, we'll talk about the games tonight. Only 5 games in the Upper Cumberland, so it may not take very long, but we'll have some stuff to talk about, and we will do just that. Live on the UCR Facebook page at the conclusion of tonight's games. It'll be sooner than you're used to because I'm a lot closer to where I live than I typically am for these games. Flying V formation for the kickoff unit for Lincoln County as Cookeville's looking for an answer. They've had 3 offensive plays and went nowhere. Kickoff is away, and this is a really good kick. Harden back deep, receives it on the 6. Little bobble. He's got it now to the 15, to the 20. Lucas Harden at the 25, turns up the speed to the 30. It'll be drugged down at the 35. Nice return for Lucas Harden. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Blake Owen and the Cavalier offense. First and 10 from the 36. Thomas Johnson comes out with Owen. 3 receivers set, 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Zach Hennigan calling the plays as the offensive coordinator. Motion man across. It's a play fake. Keeping it himself is Owen, and he'll get hit by a host of Falcons. Got maybe a yard on that one. It'll be 2nd and 9. Wilkie Pack, we said his name a lot tonight, among the first ones in there.
The offensive sniffer sniffed that play out, didn't he?
He sure did. 2nd and 9 for the Cavs, who have not been able to get it rolling outside of a 3rd and 15, 9-yard run for Evan Banks. Trips to the left here for the Cavs, and really no respect being shown to the passing game defensively. We'll see if this changes it. Dropping back now, Owen's in trouble. He could run for a while to the right, and there he goes to the 40. Blake Owen to the 45, and he'll dart out of bounds. Blake Owen moves the chains, and for the first time tonight, it's Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate. First down for the Cookeville Cavaliers. Kamani Owens escorts him out of bounds. From the 49, the first down of the game. See if that settles in Cookeville here as we go under a minute to play in the opening frame.
Yeah, Cookeville won and deferred, so right now they're not really behind in the game because it's kind of playing out like it could.
Tennessee formation, 2 receivers stacked way outside. Snap taken, Owen fires the screen. Josh Heupel, where you at? Lucas Horton gets dumped out of bounds after a gain of 8. We'll see that a lot tomorrow to Squirrel White for the Vols. Here it goes to Horton. And it'll bring up 2nd and manageable here with 52 seconds to go in the quarter. It'll be 2nd and 4. And if you comment stop talking about the Vols, I'll block you. 2nd and 4.
Dang.
Jenny Conley out there somewhere with her crimson on.
Hey, don't be a Jenny.
Don't be a Jenny, absolutely.
Do not, for the love of the Lord, do not be a Jenny.
2 receivers each way. Can't believe her husband had a banner made with that on it. That was incredible. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Johnson. Thomas Johnson rumbles through a hole. Big stiff arm for him. He'll be wrestled down, but not before Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate. First down, and we've got Laundry on the field for the tackle. Either a horse collar or a face mask. There was an awkward finish there for Johnson as he was going down.
With him falling forward, it would almost have to be a face mask because you have to fall backwards for it to be a horse collar.
I think you're right about that. It is a personal foul against Lincoln County. So this moves them close to the red zone. Tucker Bassell trying to get Johnson down. He had to deal with a vicious stiff arm. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. We will have at least one more snap, and here come the Cavaliers all the way down to the 22. Telling you, we got a good one starting to brew here. We thought it could be. And now with Cookeville moving, we're finding just that. Blake Owen comes in from the sideline with the play call. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Motions a man across the line. Owen with the snap. Going to keep it himself around the left side. Gets tripped up just a little bit, but stays on his feet. Now he'll be spun backwards after a gain of about 4. And that'll likely be the final play of the first quarter. It will be just that. Carson Carter makes the stop. Cookeville driving, looking to get back in it, trailing 7-0 at the end of 1. This is the high school football game of the week, presented by the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back as we open the second quarter. Cookeville driving. They are in to the Connie McCormick with Remax 1 and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Cavs on the Lincoln County 28. Lincoln County just went 92 yards one way. Cookeville answering with a nice drive of their own as we open up the second quarter. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Johnson on the left of Blake Owen. Snap taken. Owen going to throw the screen. Harden goes and gets it to the 20, to the 15. Lucas Harden to the 10. Goodbye. Touchdown. Cookeville. Lucas Harden on the reception from Blake Owen. It's a Crystal Odom with Highlands Elite Real Estate touchdown.
And again, we talked about Lincoln County's very first play of the game with their wide receiver screen where the receiver on the outside missed the block. However, Cookeville runs it to perfection. Great block on the outside. Receiver runs off the backside of that block, runs straight in the end zone. It's just that's the difference in getting your block and not getting your block.
Blake Owen to Lucas Harden for a touchdown. And now Alonzo Sanchez Cantu's extra point is up, and it is good. We got a new ball game with 11:58 to go. Not sure how that play only took 2 seconds, but with 11:58 to go in the first half, we're all tied up at 7. We'll be right back.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. All tied up at 7 here to the first half, presented by our friends at the CHS Chain Gang. And with that extra point, Alonzo Sanchez Cantu is now the all-time leader in extra points made at Cookville. He's only a junior. 100 PATs made.
103.5 seasons.
He's been money. 2.5.
2.5. You're right. My math's terrible.
Mine's worse. He has been money in his career, a weapon for this Cavalier team, and he's on here to boot this one away as Cookville gets the momentum back.
I went to Cookville, and he's only 100 ahead of me.
Only. You know, our own Jacob Vincent was a high school kicker. As this kick is away, it's got a bounce. Cantu, it did a nice job with that one. Here comes the return at the 10. Cookville strings it out and puts him down. And it'll be the second straight drive to start back inside the 10 for Lincoln County. They hope it goes the way their last one did, as Brett Dobbs and company will come out here.
It's time for Cookville to kind of gain control of the momentum here. They've not stopped Lincoln County. Lincoln County stopped Lincoln County on the first drive. They have not stopped Lincoln County yet, and this is a time for them to gain momentum and just kind of seize control of the game.
We welcome those of you watching on the UCR Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, on the Hub Plus Roku app, channel 192 Spectrum Twin Lakes. Those of you listening on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, as it's trips receivers left here from Maddox Franklin. Dobbs in the backfield with him. Snap taken. Going to hand off to him. This time, Cookville more ready for it. They'll get him down quickly. A gain of a yard, maybe, and it'll be 2nd and 9 here. Nick Johnson makes the tackle there, the junior. Good size on him, 6'3", 175. 2nd and 9 here. That first play of the quarter took 2 seconds on an 18-yard screen.
Well, I will tell you that it's a little cold out here, and the guy running the clock, his thumb may be a little cold.
Blake Owens coming the entire way, and he's going to get there and make the tackle on the handoff up the middle to Dobbs. Coach Hennigan talked about mixing up the defensive looks, moving around where Blake Owen is. They set him on the edge there, and a huge 3rd down and 7. The last drive started with a 3rd down and 7. Lincoln County converted, then marched right down the field for 6. Cookville looking to get off the field here on the 12. Feet are stomping now, 2 to the left. Hard count. They've got the air horn out, blaring. I don't know if that's legal, but what do I know? Jeremy would know.
Not over the PA.
Snap taken, dropping back, looking left, firing. Receivers there, makes the catch. And it's going to be a 1st down for Lincoln County as he found Trayshawn Jean. And, yeah, that was coming through the loudspeaker. I don't think that could that be a penalty potentially at some point?
You don't.
A warning and then a penalty?
The only thing you can do as an official there is literally just stop the game and just say we're not playing until that's stopped. You don't flag Cookville because of that.
2 receivers to the right. Good news for the Cavs because that was a new one. Snap taken. Franklin going to hand off, and this time nothing doing for Dobbs. And it's going to be 2nd and 9. Blake Owen, get used to it, makes the tackle. Entering tonight's ball game, Owen had 43 tackles. And listen, some teams cook the books, and you'll have 175 tackles. 49's a lot of tackles to have in a high school football season, let alone in 7 games.
Now, Lincoln County offensively is not doing anything fancy, and to be honest with you, it's kind of easy to tell where the ball's going to go. However, you got to stop it. That's the problem Cookville's had up to this point.
2nd and 9. The motion a couple across. Cookville shifts along with it. Snap taken, going to hand off to Dobbs. Dobbs behind the blockers will be cut down. Gets a couple more, and it'll bring up a big 3rd down play here with 9:18 to go. Yeah, there's been a couple of token passes after that first drive, but since then, these two teams getting in and doing what they do, pounding the football. 3rd down and 5 here from the Lincoln County 27-yard line.
And it's held true this drive as well. Wherever 44 is at, that's where the football's going. On the run.
Motion man goes across to the left. They're going to throw it on 3rd and 5. Franklin swivels the hips, fires, and it's nearly picked off, but it'll be incomplete. It would have been a highlight reel pick. Coulter Hagan shoots through and nearly gets an interception, but it's going to be a punt for Lincoln County, and a nice job to rally for the Cookville defense.
Really good defensive series there for Cookville. Not only getting their, just stopping the run, filling the gap. Blake Owen, like you said, finding a different way to blitz and have really found something to try to stop this Lincoln County rushing offense.
A little bit of a high snap. Punter has it. He booms this one. It's spinning, not very deep at all. Bounces at about the 45 and will die there at the 42. So good field position for the Cavs, who are fired up. Hagan comes over to the sideline, juiced. 8:33 to go in the first half. It's 7-7, and Cookville will have an opportunity to take their first lead. Join us Tuesday night for the Tuesday Night Football Show, presented by Fire and Vine, live from the rooftop of Fire and Vine. Jacob Vincent and myself will preview a jam-packed Week 10 slate. It is go time. Fall breaks over after next week, and there are some major playoff implication games happening next Friday night across the Upper Cumberland. We're going to talk about all of them.
I sent you a text on where you thought we could be, and you sent me 3 games, and there's even more than that, but you sent me 3, and I'm like, holy cow. I'll go to either one of those.
And they're all big games. It's 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Blake Owen and Thomas Johnson. Johnson going to line on the right hip, the offset back, and now we've got a whistle and a delay of game as Cookville took too long to get set up. And that'll make it 1st and 15.
And again, coming after a possession or coming out of a timeout, you just can't. You've got to be ready. You've got to get in there and get the play call. It's just a really tough penalty for 5 yards there coming out of a change of possession.
Score update on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard. Ethan Paulk with his 2nd touchdown rush of the first half. Upperman leads 21-0 over White House over on UCR 2. Blake Owen going to keep it himself here. Gets hit in the backfield, and now the cavalry arrives and will put him down for a big loss. And after the delay of game, that's going to make it 2nd and a mile. Colton Carter makes the tackle, and it's going to be 2nd and about 18 or 19, maybe even more for the Cavs.
I think Tailback may have ran the wrong play. I think Owen was looking for a handoff, and he was not there to take it, and just really had no choice but to try to lose the least amount that you can.
2nd down and 19 here. 2 receivers stacked each way for the Cavs. 18 on the play clock. They got plenty of time. Owen with the snap. Going to fire it backwards. This is a trick play. Looking to throw downfield. It's not there. He throws it anyway. Looking for Johnson, who goes up. And he makes the catch. Thomas Johnson mosses him on the reception. They fired it to Nick Johnson, and Johnson goes downfield for Thomas Johnson for Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate first down.
Johnson and Johnson, how about that? But, what's funny about that play right there is as soon as he throws it backwards, I don't think it has a chance. And then when I look and see the receiver covered, I thought, man, it just doesn't have – I almost think you don't need to throw that ball. He throws it up, and Johnson just, like you said, mosses him and makes the play.
And I said – it wasn't there. It wasn't. But Thomas Johnson said, forget that. Yes, it is. Blake Owen takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Finds the hole, wiggles through, will be put down after a gain of a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for Cookeville. Make it 8. Time ticking away, under 7 to play in the first half. 1 each way. Once again. Actually, I think it was Joseph Owens who threw that one downfield as Thomas Johnson breaks a tackle and finishes strong. Sure does look a lot better getting healthy out there. It's going to be 3rd and short as they move into the red zone. This is the Connie McCormick with Remax 1 and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone for Cookeville. Daniel Lowe made the tackle on that one on Johnson. Cookeville trying to get lined up quickly here. Hard count for Blake Owen. Now he'll check over with 20 on the play clock. Cavs looking for their first lead of the ball game. Trailed 7-0, now tied it up. Snap taken, it's going to be Blake Owen the whole way. Gets away from 1, trying to get forward. This is close. I think he's just short. It's very close, though. If he didn't get it, they're going to go for it. And it will be 4th and half a yard for Cookeville as Daniel Lowe makes another tackle. And here come the big boys. Evan Banks checking in. They've used him as the power back so far this year. Blake Owen, either one could carry the ball here.
Timeout, Lincoln County.
And a timeout going to be called here by Lincoln County. Big 4th down play when we come back. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Welcome back. Jeremy, big play here. 4th down and inches for Cookeville in the red zone. Looking for their first lead here with 5:12 to go in the first half.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me here if Cookeville may try to go hard count, maybe something on 2 or 3, just trying to get Lincoln County to jump off sides and give them a free first down.
4th down and inches, and it's going to be Easton Davidson under center. The jumbo set, he turns and heads to Banks, but this is a false start, and I think Davidson had a little bit of a hitch, and this is going to change the complexion, and Alonzo Sanchez Cantu may check in here. It's within his range. It turns a 4th and inches into a 4th and 5. And they're going to go still on offense, but they'll bring in the smaller package. They're able to use Blake Owen as a running back when they put Davidson under center in that formation. So you've got Johnson, Banks, and Owen. And Davidson could keep it himself as well. That time it just doesn't work. And it'll actually be about a 4th and 6. 4th and 6, I should say, with 5:10 to go in the half. New life for Lincoln County. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Owen with the snap, going around right side, looking to throw. Fires, and it's broken up. Gene with a great play as he fires on it and breaks it up. Intended for Lucas Harden, and a penalty bites Cookeville as it'll go back the other way to the Falcons. Score update on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard. A safety for Friendship Christian over on UCR3. They lead York in the first half 9-7.
A great play by the corner there for Lincoln County. Just really reacted to the football. Receivers open, but just a really good defensive play by the defensive back for Lincoln County.
1st and 10 here. 1 receiver out to the right. 2 backs in the backfield now with the quarterback, Franklin. He has the snap. Going to give This is the sophomore tailback who won't have much room to rumble through, Carson Carter. And after that first drive, or second drive rather, Cookville's run defense been much more ready for the task.
It's funny how all three drives for each team have mirrored each other. It's, hey, neither team could do anything. They both score a touchdown. Neither team can do anything. They're still just trying to fill each other out.
2nd and 8 here for the Falcons. They'll stay with this two-back set with Carter and Dobbs. Cookville shows blitz. Now they back off. They'll hand to Dobbs around the right side. He's got some room to rumble through, and he will. He's got the first down on a gain of 10 for Brett Dobbs, who's rapidly approaching his 800-yard game of the season. He's 7 for 7 so far, which is not easy to do. They've had a few blowouts mixed in there. Sometimes those blowouts you don't have as high of rushing stats. Not for Brett Dobbs. They'll stay in this formation, 1st and 10. Receiver goes out into the slot. Snap taken, hand off to Dobbs. He breaks it back the other way and will push forward on a gain of 3.5, maybe 4 yards. Cookville will get the ball to start the second half as we go under 4 to play in the first half, and Lincoln County wants this to be the final drive of quarter number 2. Tyson Richmond on the stop for the Cavs.
It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Friendship Christian with a touchdown on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard, 16-7. They get the safety, didn't get the touchdown. They go 2 for 1 there. 2 receivers to the left. Snap taken for Franklin, dropping back to pass, looking left. Receiver is there. He fires it, tipped up, and nearly could have been picked. I'll tell you, that was a really good ball, just a drop on the outside as he was looking for Dobbs.
Yeah, unfortunately for Cookville, the Lincoln County receivers have been open. You know, the quarterback has not been able to feed the ball to them the way that he wants to, but there's been 4 or 5 times the Lincoln County receivers have been open and either have dropped one pass or the quarterback's not had accurate passes, but Cookville's got to fix that or there's going to be some big plays.
2 backs in the backfield with Franklin, 3rd and 6 here with 3:23 to play in the half. Cookville plays a lot of zone coverage on the outside defensively. There are some big boys in the box. Franklin takes a snap, hands to Dobbs around the right side with blockers in front. He dives forward. This depends on the spot.
Like Mr. Tinsley's got him a little short.
He's going to be short. So it'll be 4th down and decision time here for Lincoln County. In a game like this, possession's at a premium. They're going to go for it on 4th and a yard. 3 minutes and counting to play in quarter number 2. All tied up at 7 here at Eddie Watson Stadium. Getting lined up quickly is Lincoln County. Hard count, nobody moves, and they'll check back over. Still plenty of time on the play clock, 25 seconds. Maddox Franklin gets the new play. Has the snap, hands to Dobbs. Dobbs around the right side. This is close, but he's got it. Needed a yard, he got a yard and a half, and it's a 1st down for Lincoln County.
And again, you and I have talked about it. Nothing fancy from Lincoln County. It is just, I'm telling you, their blocking scheme is super impressive, and they're able to run the ball exactly where they want to run the football.
And ticking away is the clock here, 2:18. Both teams, and actually one team has burned a timeout. Lincoln County has 2 remaining. Cookville with all 3. Snap taken here, dropping back to pass, looking, firing, receivers there, and he makes the catch. Now the ball is out. Thomas Johnson forces a fumble. We got a scrum for it now.
No, they've called incomplete.
One receiver or one official is signaling Cookville ball. Another one coming in. We're going to have a discussion and some angry people.
Yeah, there's going to be some anger. The back judge looked like he was coming in incomplete.
Thomas Johnson is livid. Time is stopped, and it's going to be incomplete, and I could not disagree more with that call with 1:58 to go in the first half. It's going to be 2nd and 10 and a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Falcons here on the road.
And again, you know, I'm 50 yards away from that play. It looked like a catch and a fumble from here, but the receiver's back was to us a little bit. Maybe he was bobbling the ball, and the back judge was able to see something we didn't see.
I know Thomas Johnson wasn't happy about it down there, but he's back in that free safety spot. 2nd and 10. see what Lincoln County can do with it. Franklin with the snap. Going to hand over around the left side, and nothing doing here. Dobbs has been able to get his, not as much for Carson Carter so far for the Falcons. And at a certain point, Lincoln County's going to have to get some urgency because they've only gone about 40 yards in 3 minutes, and they got 1:45 to go. 3rd and 7 here. Stick around postgame with the Real Estate Collective postgame show. Hallie will be joined, we think, by Taylor Hennigan. If Cookville is able to win this game. 3rd down and 7. Snap taken, dropping back, looking left, firing on the wheel, one-on-one, looking for Dobbs, who had no clue that that ball was in the air. 4th down, and Lincoln County is going to be forced to punt it, but we got a flag down in the backfield. It's a hold, and Taylor Hennigan's going to decline it. 4th down and 8. No decision to be made here. They're trying to pin Cookville deep. Lucas Harden will go back deep to receive this punt. And Cookville will have an opportunity with all 3 timeouts in their back pocket, depending on where they are on the field, to try and get some points. We mentioned they got a good field goal kicker, and Alonzo Sanchez can too.
I agree. The incomplete pass there does nothing but play in the advantage of Cookville as well.
Punter has time. This one's a decent kick. Spinning. Harden touches it, gets it at the 15. Could have been dangerous, and he'll be cut down right at the 19 with 1:08 to play in the first half, and we'll see how aggressive Cookville's feeling, knowing they get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
You know, and I feel Coach Hennigan's not going to be very aggressive. Now, listen, not often, but I've been wrong before. But I just see I see a couple of runs going at halftime, regroup. Because here's the thing, Cookville has played much better in the 2nd quarter defensively than they did in the 1st. So if I'm Coach Hennigan, I like where I'm at. Make a few adjustments, get the ball coming out, start the 3rd quarter. I like where I'm at.
The Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard, York gets a breakdown in coverage defensively by Friendship, and heading into the break there, it's 13-16, a good one out over on UCR 3 tonight. 2 receivers each way. Blake Owen takes the snap. They're going to throw it. Dropping back, fires it on the wheel. Thomas Johnson's wide open at the 20. Cuts upfield to the 25, and now will be pushed backwards. They give him forward progress to the 26. And Coach Hennigan's going to burn a timeout here, so I think you're getting your answer. They're going to be a little bit aggressive trying to get some points heading into the break. And with Cantu, they just have to get to about the 25, and they can trot him out there and take a crack at trying to make a deep field goal.
Yeah, I know I'm wrong, but that's why they hired Coach Hennigan and did not call and offer me the job. So
that resume just got lost in the mail. Something happened.
That may have been what it was.
56 seconds to go. Once again, join us later on tonight for the Friday Night End Zone Show. Jacob Vincent and myself will talk about this game. Talk about the game he's at tonight, which has Upperman winning 1,000-0. We'll talk about that Friendship Christian York game, which is turning into a really good one.
Absolutely. And last year, what was that score? York and Friendship.
7. York won on a fake extra point.
And again, you know what's crazy is both of those teams score a bunch of points, but when they get together, it's just a battle royal.
And join us during the Happy Heller halftime show. We'll also get a score update on Westmoreland, Smith County.
Huge.
Big game there. A lot of people writing off Smith County, but their schedule has been unbelievably brutal. We'll see what they've got tonight. Talk about some other games. A big one last night in 4A with West knocking off Anderson County, 5A and 4A. Out of the timeout here, Blake Owen takes shotgun snap, rolls over, looking to throw it deep downfield. His receiver's there, and it's just past the catch radius of Jack Roberts. Blake Owen uncorked that one about 40 yards in the air. But it's going to be 3rd down and 3 with 51 ticks to go. And now Cookville needs this 1st down because Lincoln County could call a timeout and get the football back.
I'll tell you, Owen just proved that he's got a stronger arm than Maddox Franklin on the other side. Franklin has tended to underthrow the ball a little bit. And like you said, Owen just uncorked that, overthrew by about 2 yards, or that's 6.
3rd down and 3 here for Cookville. They're on their own 26-yard line, working left to right. Trips out to the left, one to the right here for Blake Owen. Now they're going to fix the formation. Some confusion. They got Wes Hudson lined up over in the slot. Snap taken. Blake Owen drops back, fires to Harden, makes the catch on the hitch to the 30 and darts forward to about the 36. And they're going to try and go quickly here. Probably would have liked for Harden to go out of bounds. Instead, they'll have to line up quickly, stop the clock to reset the chains, and now they'll run it. Same formation we just saw. Owen, this time going to roll to the right. Looking downfield, now being pressured. Fires across his body, and Wes Hudson goes back to get it. What a catch by Wes Hudson for Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down. The senior tight end and linebacker, and now here comes Cookville with the tempo, 34 seconds. Owen has the snap. Pump fakes, being hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. A little bit dangerous there, looking for Caden Cisco. 28 seconds. Cookville still has a couple of timeouts, and it's going to be a 2nd and 10.
What a great catch by Wes Hudson there. Zero chance he got that from his dad, Todd. I'm just saying, just for the record, I'm sure that athleticism comes from his mom. But what a heck of a catch by Hudson there.
2nd and 10. Cookville executing here, trying to move down the field in quick order. They got 2 receivers each way. Blake Owen with the shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Owen steps up in the pocket. He could run if he wants to. We got a flag down as he do-si-dos to the 50. What a move for Blake Owen. And he's going to dart out of bounds, but the flag right in the area of offensive holding.
Yeah, coming from the umpire there, almost certainty that it's holding.
And the play took a while. Down to 18 seconds to go. It was a good run for Blake Owen, but it's all for naught. It is a hold against the Cavs. The officials have had a fairly busy first half here.
Just trying to stay warm. Just trying to stay warm.
It's warmer back there in the office during halftime. 2nd and 20 after that penalty marks them back. And now if Cookville wants to get 3, they're going to have to pop a big play. And if they want to get 6, they got to pop a huge play.
You know, Cookville's like they've been a little more aggressive than we anticipated. You just cannot turn the ball over and make a mistake here.
Snap taken for Owen. Looking to his right, fires back against the grain to Harden, and he's got a ton of green grass to the 50, to the 45, 40. Lucas Harden, do-si-do to the 30, 25 and down. 8 seconds on the clock. Timeout, Cavaliers. There's the big play they needed. It's a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate first down. Blake Owen to Lucas Harden.
And again, just getting into field goal range just changes this game.
8 seconds, so if you run a play, it's got to be quick. He's into the red zone. This is the Connie McCormick with Remax 1 and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone as the Cavs burn their second timeout. They're on the 18. 8 seconds, though. You got to be quick if you don't kick it here.
And again, as the receiver, even if you get the ball, you have to know where you're at on the field and even potentially go to the ground if you know you can't get to the end zone.
I'm sure that's part of the discussion from Taylor and Zach Hennigan there in that huddle. Been a good drive so far. I'll remind you, stick around for the Happy Heller halftime show. We'll hear a word from our sponsors and make it possible to stream all these games that we're streaming. We'll go through around the state, look at the scoreboard, talk about the first half. We'll have first half stats here at Cookville. PD does a great job with those, so we'll go through some of those, preview the second half, and get right back to action here. And what's been a good one? We thought it could be. It's been old school, 7-7 so far. So out of the timeout, Cookville, 8 seconds on the clock, 1 timeout remaining. Do they take a shot to the end zone here or just try and get it to a favorable spot for Alonzo Sanchez Cantu? Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Owen has the snap. He's looking to throw. Pump and go. Fires receiver Cisco, and it's intercepted. A flag is down, and we will wait and see who this one is against. 2 seconds on the clock. It was picked off in the end zone. If this is against Lincoln County, it's going to give Cookville life. It was a great interception in the end zone.
This may be against Cookville.
It was the pump and go. I wonder if it's against Lincoln County on the release after the fake on the hitch. They've hit the hitch a couple of times. Harden turned it up. I think this may be against Lincoln County at that spot. But I've been wrong before. There was some contact there as he came out and tried to turn it up into the end zone. Looking for Caden Cisco.
Remember,
this is a huge call.
It's a huge call. Remember, if this is against Lincoln County, it's a holding against.
And it is a hold against Lincoln County.
They'll go half the distance.
And the Lincoln County fans, of which there are quite a few who have made a long trip, are not happy. It was holding, not DPI, and I think that's what it was, spinning out of that break when they hit the pump and go. As Cookeville burns a timeout, the ball is on the 9-yard line. I imagine this is going to be Alonzo Sanchez Cantu for a 26-yarder to try and take a lead into the break.
Yeah, if you're Cookeville and you can put 3 on the board here, go into halftime, just an absolutely huge momentum swing for Cookeville. After the second drive of Lincoln County, giving up the long 92-yard touchdown drive, you've really settled in and just really kind of played your style of football in the second quarter. And you go in up 3 at the half, take the ball to start third quarter, just an absolute huge momentum swing for Cookeville.
2 seconds on the clock here. Cookeville has gone quickly. We wondered if they would be aggressive or not. They were aggressive. Got away with an interception thrown. And it is Alonzo Sanchez Cantu. He's going to attempt a 26-yarder from the left hash to try and take a lead into the halftime locker room. I mentioned just passed for all-time lead in extra points made at 100. Just a junior. Going to kick this one here. Davidson to hold. Snap, set, good hold. The kick is low, but it is good. Alonzo Sanchez Cantu gives the Cavs a lead heading into the locker room. After 2 quarters here at Eddie Watson Stadium, it's Cookeville 10, Lincoln County 7. We'll be back with the Happy Hiller halftime show after a word from our sponsors. This is the high school football game of the week presented by the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this brand new home on Charles Golden Road in Sparta. Featuring 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, this house in the Cumberland View subdivision could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. .931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for sports cards, Pokemon cards, sealed product hobby boxes, and more. Whether you're just wanting some more memorabilia or you're a seasoned collector, the experts at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles have what you need. Stop by 620 South Jefferson Avenue, Suite 208B in Cookville from 12 to 6 Wednesday through Sunday, or 10 to 6 on Saturday to see their incredible selection. 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if
You can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares.
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this brand new home on Charles Golden Road in Sparta. Featuring 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, this house in the Cumberland View subdivision could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. 8 minutes to go in the break. 7-7 our score. 10-7 our score. Cookville got a field goal heading into the break there from Alonzo Sanchez Cantu with a great 1-minute drive executed by the Cavs. Lots of games happening around the state tonight, but not as many as there usually are because of fall break. Maybe we'll actually get through the scoreboard tonight. Jeremy, what we got?
I like it. Starting in East Tennessee, as always. Cherokee 31-0 over Sullivan East. Cosby over Cloudland 21-20 at the half. Mo West 35-7 at halftime over David Crockett. Great game here. Farragut playing Jefferson County 24-23 to start the fourth quarter. Another great game. Gatlinburg-Pittman over Johnson County 7-6 in the fourth quarter. The only final on the board right now that I see is Sevier County, 8-0 Sevier County over 0-8 Daniel Boone.
I bet that was a lot to a little.
49-0.
Good defense, Daniel Boone. We kept him low.
South Green over Eagleton Academy, 28-20 in the fourth quarter. North Green, 44-6 over Unica. I like saying Unica, actually. Unica in the fourth. Elizabethton, 5-2 over Volunteer, 0-6, 35-0 at the half. Bearden, 21-6 over Oak Ridge in the third quarter. Red Bank over Bradley Central. The Boo Carterless Bradley Central Golden Bears, 17-10. He's looking really good in Knoxville.
He is.
Looking really good in
He needs
Knoxville.
a big game tomorrow.
Oneida over Greenback, 31-0 in the fourth quarter. Brandon Reeves, alma mater Powell over Central, 31-0 in the third quarter. I have nothing to make fun of Brandon for this week because I was out of work and I didn't see all the stupid things he did
I
this
bet if
week.
you think hard enough, you could find something.
I try to keep it fresh, and I didn't see him all week. I did call him today because I was like, hey, Brandon, how'd work go this week? He said, oh, no, I'm fishing. And I thought, well, so I don't even know if he worked last week. So Alcoa 42-0 over Scott in the second quarter.
Stunning. Truly stunning.
This would have been, this should have been the UCR game of the week.
Oh, goodness.
2-6 Wartburg and 0-8 Sunbright. 41-0 Wartburg.
No question.
Oh, my goodness.
Sunbright, we got to shut it down, people. We got to shut it down.
Good gravy.
It's
39-0 Lewis County over Zion Christian.
Some real barn burners out here tonight, Jeremy.
Oakland 21-3 over Coffee County at the half. One of my official buddies told me he's going to Coffee County tonight. I can't remember who that was.
Wasn't that good of a buddy.
Meigs County 35-0 over Polk in the third. Beach over Siegel 21-7 right now. Poor Siegel's 1-6. Siegel is one of those teams that is really fighting for playoffs or they're 0-10.
Yep.
It's just like, they've not been at the level of Blackman or Riverdale or Oakland, but they're either in the playoffs or they're awful. And this year, 0-6.
I will say, elite softball program for Siegel.
And baseball program.
Yep, very good, no doubt.
Drove through here today. South Pittsburgh is up on Chattanooga Prep, 14-6. Chattanooga Prep's 6-1.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
Halftime update score you were interested in. Smith County and Westmoreland. Have you heard? Do you know?
I have not heard anything.
I want Noah Terdamus to give me a halftime prediction on Smith County and Westmoreland.
7-0 Westmoreland.
14-6 Westmoreland.
Good for the Owls. They're in it. They're in it against the top 5 team.
Clay County and Red Bowling.
Bet it's not 14-6.
It is not 14-6. It is 35-0 in the second quarter.
A Clay County team that we're going to get to see in a couple of weeks when they take on Gordonsville for a region championship. Last game of the regular season. Salina.
Gallatin 27-6 right now over Wilson Central at the half. And this is a game that I wanted to talk about for personal reasons, okay?
Okay.
And then I want you to predict. There's 11 seconds before halftime, and I want you to predict the score. We have 7-0 Mount Juliet.
I already know it.
And 3-4 Lebanon.
I got it texted to me. So
11 seconds to go in the second quarter. The reason personal is my son David it's the first time that he has ever been on the field on the TV game of the week. Unfortunately, he's with Bobby Rollins tonight, which and some blind woman told him last week Bobby Rollins he looked like Tom Cruise.
Oh,
so he's been riding.
Insufferable.
God, Lord, he's been riding that surfing wave for a week. It's actually gross and embarrassing. But so you already know that score?
I'm not sure if even when you guys updated, Mount Juliet just scored to tie the game.
Well, it's 14-14.
Yeah, so Mount Juliet
11
just
seconds
scored.
to go before the half.
And
so
I will tell you this. If Lebanon were to pull that upset,
oh my gosh,
it would change the entire complexion of Region 4 6A. It would give Cookville a whole bunch of life next week at Green Hill with the potential to win this region being back on the board for them.
That's unbelievable. And again, we both thought that would be a running clock to start the third quarter. And, I'd love to know if Lebanon's just playing out of their mind or if Mount Juliet is just really, messing themselves up.
Absolutely.
So 21-6 Upperman over White House at the half. Tullahoma 25-0 over Warren County at the half. Poor Warren County. Creekwood Station Camp 7-0 Creekwood at the half. Let's see. A lot of these games do not have updates.
Now I'm going to take a guess here and say this clock that says 1:30 to go in halftime before the mandatory 3-minute warm-up period. Given the fact that the band is currently completely jamming on the field,
throwing down
it's going to take
Perry.
a little bit more than the 4.5 minutes left.
Oh, yeah. I did have a coach years ago, and I'm not going to mention his name, Gary Rankin, but we walk. We're standing there, and the Siegel band is playing at the half. It is Riverdale and Siegel, and Siegel is playing, and they have a great band, and they're playing at the half. And Gary Rankin, I said I wasn't going to mention his name. So the coach to be nameless.
Was this Gary Rankin?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. But he comes to me, literally wants me to flag the band because they're playing.
I entirely believe that happened.
He is up 28-0.
I'm sure.
He wants us to flag the band.
Sure he was.
And he did not like it when I said, Coach, what do you want me to do? Throw the flag down the tuba, is what I said, and he did not appreciate that. So
the flag down the tuba.
Let me see. Jackson South Side, Jackson North Side tonight, 20-7. North Side, Milan up on Trezevant, 42-0. Good Ravenwood, 14-7 over Franklin in the second quarter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was another one that I wanted to point out, and that'll be the last score that I've got. There's no update, but 7-0 Green Hill playing 0-7 Laverne. I bet that is a fantastic game tonight.
There is your look around the state at the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard, and gives us an opportunity to tell you that victory is yours in the Kawasaki KX450 motorcycle. This championship-winning machine boasts a powerful 449cc engine, resilient suspension, and potent brakes, not to mention the technology to back it up in varying conditions, like selectable power modes and launch control mode. Take the lead and build your legacy on the KX450. Save $2,500 on the KX450 right now at Mid-State Motorsports, located at 1191 South Walnut Avenue in Cookville. That was the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard at the break here. It is Cookville 10, Lincoln County 7. The Cavs with an opportunity to get the football when we come back to open up the third quarter. This has been the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. We'll be back with third quarter action in the high school football game of the week, presented by the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is proud to present this brand new home on Charles Golden Road in Sparta. Featuring 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, this house in the Cumberland View subdivision could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Welcome back. It's time for the third quarter here at Eddie Watson Stadium on what is becoming a brisk night, but a beautiful night for high school football here in mid to late October. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollis and Howie Ledbetter. Can you hear me? What's the feeling like down there on the sideline for the Cookeville Cavaliers?
Aside from cold, honestly, I think that after that field goal kick to end the first half, they've come out with a lot more energy than they did to begin the game. I don't think they expected it to be like it is, as they've been throwing the ball a lot more than they probably thought. I think that they were just confused, and they come out after halftime. I'd love to know what Coach Hennigan said at halftime, because they come out with a lot more energy.
I imagine that there was an inspired speech from Taylor Hennigan in that halftime locker room. 7-0 Lincoln County. Cookeville answered with 10 unanswered points. They're looking to build on that there and make it 17 on this opening drive when they will receive. We welcome those of you watching on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel, on the Hub Plus Roku app, channel 192, locally on Spectrum and Twin Lakes. And if you're listening on News Talk 107.7 and 1400, the Hub, we welcome you in as well. We hope you'll join us for the Friday Night End Zone show coming up later on tonight. Jacob and myself will have a lot to talk about. Some interesting games. York Friendship Christian within a score. Upperman starting defense just gave up points for the first time since week 3. It's 21-6 there.
Wilson Central or Lebanon. And Mount Juliet.
Yeah, we may have to get a phone call in from Lebanon. I know Tommy Bryant down there with Lebanon. If they pull that one off, I may have to get him on the horn. Why not? Lincoln County going to kick right to left on your radio dial. If you're listening, if you're watching, you already knew that. They're in white, Cookeville in navy, as these two teams have very similar, if not exactly the same color schemes. As the kickoff is away, this one's a bit shallower. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line for the Cavs, looking to set it up. Bouncing up to the 25 and being cut down at the 30. Blake Barrett on the return there for Cookeville. 1st and 10 Cavs. They're on the 32-yard line. Their final 3 drives, touchdown, turnover on downs where they were in the red zone, had a false start, and then couldn't convert, and then a field goal where they ran out of time or probably were going to get in again. They're looking to continue to build that momentum here.
The first offensive drive from Cookeville and the first offensive drive from Lincoln County, which could be the entire third quarter,
Correct.
by the way, is going to tell us everything we need to know about this football game.
Second half presented by our friends at 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Good guys.
One receiver each way. You're not biased at all on that one, but they are good guys. It's true.
Except Justin.
Snap taken, dropping back to pass. Owen looking deep downfield. He's got Cisco wide open. He makes the catch. Sayonara. Touchdown, Cookeville. Blake Owen uncorks one for the 68-yard strike. We wondered how they would respond in the second half. Well, that's an exclamation point on the Cristo Odom with Highlands Elite Real Estate score.
So, no, I got a question. For it to be a drive, does there has to be more than one play?
Nope, it's a one-play drive right there to Caden Cisco.
Wow.
They just missed it on the final drive of the first half. They hit it there. One play, one score, and it's a 2-possession lead.
And the problem with Lincoln County right now is they are not built to have these big, unless there's a broken tackle on a run, they're not built for those big chunk plays like that. They're built to drive you out, and they cannot play this game with Cookeville.
Extra point is up. The extra point is good. And 13 seconds into the second half, Cookeville has a 10-point lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Taylor Hennigan said his team doesn't blink under pressure. They didn't blink tonight, down 7-0. It's now 17-7 on a bomb. Blake Owen dropped it right into the breadbasket of Caden Cisco, who got out of there for 6, senior to junior. And now Lincoln County, they got an answer, and they need it now, trailing by 10 with how their offense is built to not go fast unless they break a big run. And the environment and atmosphere has taken a noticeable tick up here at Eddie Watson Stadium. Sanchez Cantu races up and absolutely crushes this football. It'll be fielded on the 4-yard line, looking for a return. Lincoln County to the 10. Stutter steps. That's not what you want. At the 15, and he is down at the 16-yard line. And you're seeing Taylor Hennigan, and he is feeling it over there. I mean, a huge fist bump for his return team as they fire down, and Nick Johnson gets him down. And I think you're about to see a heavy dose of Brett Dobbs here for Lincoln County.
And I stepped away during the halftime. I don't know if you mentioned that, 119 yards in the first half.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Really impressed with this kid. However, this drive could be the ball game for Lincoln County. If they cannot get anything going, Cookeville may shut the door on them.
Two backs in the backfield, Carter and Dobbs. They give to Carter, and he has not had anywhere to run tonight. He will be taken down. Thomas Johnson gets up into the box and makes the tackle. No gain on the play.
And again, I just really don't know why you run it with anyone but Dobbs.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Not tonight.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Hello, Brandon Smith. No, I'm good.
It's a Cookeville team with a huge game next week, but their focus is on Lincoln County, and they have looked good after giving up that opening touchdown. Maddox Franklin surveys both ways, got both backs in the backfield with him. Motion man across the line. Snap taken. This time it goes to Dobbs around the right side, and Dobbs gets behind the blockers, but Cookeville ready for it. Maybe a half yard. 3rd and 10. Danger red light blaring for the visiting Falcons.
For the first time tonight, it looked to me that they ran away from 44, ran away from the sniffer. But the issue is you know, you think Cookeville may over-pursue, but if they don't, you've taken your best blocker out of the play, and then the running back gets blown up in the backfield.
One receiver out to the left. It's Gene, one-on-one with Lucas Harden. And they're going to motion Dobbs out into the slot. 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, dropping back, being pressured, trying to get away, being hit and sacked. A domino sack for the Cookeville Cavaliers as Bennett Williams says, get over here, and puts him down on the 1-yard line.
Very fortunate to have not dropped the football or get tackled in the end zone. Lincoln County is lucky there was not points put on the board right there by Cookeville.
It's a domino sack for Bennett Williams. And Cookeville has all the momentum, and we'll see if they set up the return or send the hounds as the punter has to stand 9 yards away from the snap. Lucas Harden back deep to receive. A dream start to the second half for Cookeville. Punter has a good snap. He gets it away quickly, and Harden's going to have plenty of time to line this one up. It bobbles it, picks it up at the 40. He's trying to stiff arm. He'll be brought down. A nice open field tackle made for Lincoln County, but it is great field position for Blake Owen and company. Blake Owen, after that long touchdown, see if they air it out again or ground and pound. Colton Carter made that tackle on the punt. 37-yard line for the Cavs, 9:23 to go, and potentially looking for an early dagger. How quickly things can change. It was tied up 4 minutes of game time ago. Now it's a 10-point game, and Cookeville's in business.
Really confused by the offensive play call there by Lincoln County with run, not your star, run away from your blocker, and then roll out with – It makes no sense to me.
Trips bunch to the left. Owen fakes the pitch. He's going to keep it himself, and Lincoln County was ready for it. Nice play defensively for a team hungry for it. No gain on the play. Second down here for Cookeville. From the 37, it's 2nd and 10. Temperatures in the low 50s. We may sniff the 40s by the fourth quarter. No problem. Football weather.
Put these nice UCR pullovers on. We'll
they
be fine.
They feel really good. They keep you warm.
Love them.
It's awesome. And now we've got early movement. I think this is going to be against Cookeville.
Are these compliments of Freddie Nelson?
They are compliments of Mark Randolph at Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing. Mark did a nice deal a few years ago with Freddie Nelson over there, and one of our longest-running sponsors. All of our swag, our hats, our shirts, our plaques that we give out to teams, and awards all come from Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing. Circle Drive and all good. Mark's a great guy. Listen, great local people, but they give you a high-quality product. I mean, this stuff is legit we wear. You see it in everything that we do.
And a few minutes ago, I would not mention a coach's name. I'm not going to mention another person's name, Noah McKay. That is not giving me a hat, by the way. I don't have a UCR hat.
There's a reason
I don't
for
have
that.
one.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
There's a reason for it.
Okay,
I'll tell you later.
I'm not past the mustard? I mean, what is it?
Snap taken. Owen drops back to pass. Firing deep downfield again, and that time it was well defended. Incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and long here for Cookeville. If you'll notice, there's only, I think, 3 of those hats in regulation. Myself, Goose, and Jacob have them.
I know.
4. My wife has one. There we go.
Well, your wife deserves one.
Correct. More than me. Definitely more than you.
Okay, I agree.
3rd and 15 here for Cookeville. Lincoln County trying to save their game here on this drive.
Receivers open there. If Owen can put that over the left shoulder, probably a touchdown. Just kind of a little off target there.
Stick around postgame. Hallie will be joined by Taylor Hennigan during the Real Estate Collective postgame show. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, speaking of, player of the game. Owen takes the snap, dropping back, looking left, fires, and it's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. And Cookeville likely going to be forced to punt, and that's a big stand for the Lincoln County defense, who had to find a way to get off the field.
Yeah, Lincoln County just saved the game there. If Cookeville even gets a field goal there, this game's over. I don't think that Lincoln County's built to come back from being down 2 to 3 scores.
So we'll see if Cookeville going to go with the punter. They are. Blake Owens on the sideline here, so he gets the rare play off. And there are zeros on the play clock. I'm not sure.
Just didn't reset it.
They're keeping it on the field. As Cookeville's trying to get lined up quickly. They do get it away. The punt spiraling. It's going to bounce into the end zone. So 1st and 10 Lincoln County after the 42-yard punt. That one was driven by Gavin Lentz, the junior. So 1st and 10 Lincoln County, 8:01 to play in this third quarter rather, trailing by 10 here on the road, 17-7.
Lincoln County's got plenty of time. They've got to go back to their bread and butter if they want to get back into this football game. 9 has to see the football 90% of the time.
They got a barn burner over on UCR 3 between York and Friendship. York was down 10, now they're down 3. They get a touchdown to make it 23-20. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield here with Maddox Franklin. Franklin takes the snap, going to give. Back, it's taken down. And again, it is not Brett Dobbs carrying the football. Carson Carter there gets a couple, and if you're Taylor Hennigan, you're saying thank you very much. Every time, 9 is not carrying the football.
Every single time. And again, listen, I went to Cookville High School. I'm just going to say it. I hope Cookville wins this football game. Okay, that's just it. But if I'm Lincoln County, it makes no sense to not do what got you here and what your strength is.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to send Dobbs out into the slot at receiver. Snap taken. Dropping back to pass, Franklin. Steps up, gets hit. nearly taken away from him. He somehow hung on to the football, and he got a yard out of it, so it's not a sack. But again, is that Skyland Pleasant? That time it was. Pleasant catches him, nearly ripped the football away. I got no clue how Maddox Franklin didn't fumble that. It's 3rd and 6.
You know, one of the keys to the game for Cookeville is to take number 9 out of the game. I never anticipated Lincoln County to do it.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Franklin with a little hard count. Cookeville is not obliged. We're keeping the play clock on the field now. So we'll have to watch the back judge there. He puts the hand up indicating 10 seconds to go. Franklin surveys, has the shotgun snap. Gives to Carter again. Carter gets away from 1 and now gets blasted out of bounds. Cavs rally to the football. 0 touches for Brett Dobbs on the drive, and Lincoln County is going to have to punt this football away unless they want to be very aggressive. They will not. Here comes the punting unit.
You know, first drive of the first quarter for Lincoln County. Don't give it to 9, 3 plays and punt. First drive of the third quarter for Lincoln County. Don't give it to number 9 and punt. It makes 0 sense to me.
That York score was on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard, 23-20, Dragons trail. Justin picked Friendship in that game. I picked York, so I'm going to need the boys from Jamestown to get it together. High snap to the punter. Not a very good kick. Straight up into the air, bounces at the 35 and goes backwards. It'll be touchdown at the 35, and Cookeville gets it back in ideal position with 6:10 to go in the third on the 35-yard line of Lincoln County.
Yeah, both possessions for Cookeville in the third quarter have started with fantastic field position. You know, couldn't do anything with the first drive of the quarter, second drive of the quarter. They did a lot the first drive of the quarter with the long touchdown throw, but maybe they can do something a little bit better here. Just, you know, grind it out. Be Cookeville.
Blake Owen leads his troops out onto the field. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Thomas Johnson, the offset back. Owen motions a man across the line of scrimmage. He's the young man who completed a pass down the field, Joseph Owens. Snap taken, handoff goes to Johnson, and he'll be cut down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 upcoming here. Daniel Lowe, he's been busy in there in that defensive line, makes a tackle once again there. Lincoln County, this thing that jumped off the tape to you. They got some real size up front along this defensive line. Cookeville struck on the opening play of the half on a 68-yard touchdown from Blake Owen to Caden Cisco.
Speaking, you mentioned size. Low is 280.
Big old boy.
5'10", 280.
And he can move, no question about it. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Owen takes the snap, fires it quickly. Receiver makes the catch to the 30. It'll be hit and taken down. Jack Roberts on the reception. That'll bring up a 3rd down and manageable here as Cookeville's aired it out a good amount tonight. Blake Owen, he's been pretty accurate with it.
Both teams have thrown the ball just a little bit more than we anticipated. Cookeville has had a lot more success doing that. Lincoln County thought they could, but right now the quarterback is really what's kind of stopping them from opening up the passing game.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Blake Owen going to be in the gun, 3rd down and 2 in 4-down territory. Snap taken. Owen's going to keep it himself. Breaks a tackle, and Blake Owen rumbles for Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate. 1st down, and we've got a flag in late. I believe this is something extracurricular.
Just remember, if it's dead ball, the 1st down for Cookeville will count. So even if it is against Cookeville, it'll still be 1st and 10. But obviously against Lincoln County, still be 1st and 10, a little bit closer to the
big
goal
call
line.
Here. There's been a few big penalties in this game against either team, and kind of taken them out of drives. And this one's against Lincoln County. A personal foul, it's a face mask. So it'll be 15 after distance to the goal as they were inside the 30, as they will march into the Connie McCormick with a Remax 1 in Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone. Cookeville looking to get some serious separation here. Two to the left, 2 to the right. near side here. 1st and 10 from the 12. They can get the first down without the touchdown. Snap taken. Play fake. Owen around left side. Blake Owen to the 10. Owen to the 5. It's coming back. Touchdown Cookeville. But there's a hold. And 2 flags came in. So this is going to put it in reverse for the Cavs. And it is a hold against Cookeville. So take the touchdown off the board. And they'll have to try again.
Remember, with the flag happening beyond the line of scrimmage, it's going to be 10 yards from the foul. Still be first down.
So that will soften the blow a little bit. Instead of 1st and 20, it's going to be about 1st and 14. Back on the 15-yard line. 4:13 to go in the third quarter. 17-7 our score. Cookeville in front with the football in the red zone.
And I realize there's 16 minutes left in this ball game, but if Cookeville scores a touchdown here, this game's over.
I agree with you. 2 to the left, 1 to the right of Blake Owen. Lincoln County band rocking. Wes Hudson going to line on the right side of the line for Cookeville. Snap taken. Play fake. Owen rolls out to his right, fires to Hudson, who makes the catch and gets hit down right there. Firing on it, a nice tackle made for Tucker Bassell, the senior, as they get back near the original line of scrimmage for 2nd down. And Blake Owens having one of his better passing games maybe of the entire season here tonight.
That beautiful pass, start third quarter, helps that a lot, doesn't it?
It does. That boosts the stats up a little bit.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful.
And even the one he missed deep, that's where you want to miss. You miss deep so it can't be intercepted. Did throw a pick, but it was wiped away due to a holding call. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Owen. Johnson in the backfield with him. Again, they'll motion Hudson across. Owen with the snap. Hands to Thomas Johnson. Johnson puts a foot in the ground. Breaks 1 tackle. Thomas Johnson somehow still on his feet. What a run! Touchdown, Cookeville! Thomas Johnson pinballs through the defense for 6. It's a Crystal Odom with Highlands Lake Real Estate touchdown, and 1 Cookeville needed to get some separation. 23-7.
And Noah, you and I have talked about this, but Lincoln County they're not built to score and score quickly. They're built to just take you out by just wearing you down on the defensive line. And I don't know that there's enough clock left for Lincoln County to come back and win this game.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 3:13 to go in the third quarter. Cookeville's lead is up to 24-7. This is the high school football game of the week, presented by the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
24 unanswered Cookeville Cavalier points, and they lead 24-7 with 3:13 to go in the third quarter. Thomas Johnson looked to be down in the backfield on that touchdown, pinballing around, broke a couple of tackles and got in. And now Cookeville is rolling, looking to add on, as they will kick it away to a Lincoln County team that's going to be desperate for some offense. Really struggled to get it going. They've gone completely away from Brett Dobbs, and it has not worked for them. Alonzo Sanchez Cantus having a great night kicking, made a field goal, 3 for 3 extra points, and he booms another one. This one will be fitted at the 10, and it bounces off the leg of the Falcon. Now he picks it up, and he'll be cut down at the 25. A good job staying disciplined in his lane. Making the tackle was Taylor Fitz, a sophomore. 1st and 10, Lincoln County. And really, this gets to what we talked about for both teams. Not built to come from behind, certainly not built to come from behind 17 with 15 minutes of game time to play.
Yeah, and, this drive, you can still do what you do, but getting behind, you're taking number 9 out of the game, and it's just not what you want to do at all.
Now Dobbs is in the backfield alone. He's going to get the snap, breaks one tackle, and then the cavalry arrives. Mentioned they're going away from him, but Cookville's done a really nice job with him after the first drive where they went through like a knife through warm butter. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Lincoln County. Full slate of games next week. It was 3 this week, 3 last week. We'll have a lot more than that next week across the Watson Chevy Media Network. As this one is fired over, caught by Gene, breaks one tackle, dives forward. He's got the first down. The quick game works. They've gone to Treshawn Gene a lot tonight. He moves the sticks. Maddox Franklin, the quarterback, knows they've got to get a little bit of an urgency to him. They went with the faux tempo earlier, maybe the real tempo now. 2 receivers over to the right side for Lincoln County. It's the hard count, and they'll check back over. Students trying to get fired up on a cold night. Snap taken, Dobbs around left side. Blockers in front, wiggles through, meets Blake Owen one-on-one, and we got dirty laundry down there on the field again. Gain of about 5, but it may be coming back.
Yeah, that flag coming from the umpire, and he's throwing it back to his spot. It's 100% hold.
So the spot is about 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage, so it'll make it 1st and 18 on the holding, which does go against Lincoln County.
Speaking of the umpire, know the guy. He's been officiating for several years. He is on the state championship crew this year.
Big deal.
Well-deserved, great guy, has put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. He's got really good at what he does, and just so proud of him. It's just a big accomplishment for him.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot better than the state championship officiating crew we had last year at the game we were at. 2 to the right, as Dobbs is going to be the tailback with Franklin. Snap taken. He's looking to throw. Rolls out to his right, steps up, fires, finds Gene again, and they get the penalty yardage back to make it 2nd down and manageable. It'll be 2nd and 8 down at the 40. And now you'll see the tempo. Cookville trying to sub and keep Thomas Johnson fresh. Keeley Davis makes the tackle defensively for Cookville. It was a gain of 10, though. That's what Lincoln County needed. Time ticking away in the third. It's 1:15 to go. 1 each way here as they motion 2 across the line. Snap taken and a handoff. Dobbs wiggles and now will be cut down. Gain of about 3. 3rd down, and from here on out it's 4-down territory, barring a big negative play for Lincoln County. Sean Ramey makes the tackle. They're subbing in a lot up front, trying to keep these bodies fresh off a fall break. 3rd and 5 for the Falcons. Dobbs in the backfield with Franklin. Again, that check with me over to the sideline. Cookville in their base defense. Snap taken, play fake, fires it over Franklin, finds a receiver, makes the catch. And he's going the wrong way and will be taken down short. They spot him at the 47. It'll be 4th and short, and Lincoln County will go for it to open up our 4th and final quarter. A strong third for the hosting Cavaliers. After 3, they lead Lincoln County 24-7. We'll have the 4th when we come back in the high school football game of the week, presented by the CHS Chain Gang and 931 Sports Cards and Collectibles on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Opening the fourth quarter, it's 4th down and 1 for Lincoln County. They take the snap, hand off to Dobbs. He's got the first down. They're trying to save their chance in this ball game. 24 unanswered for Cookville has turned it on its head after a 7-0 start for the Falcons. 11:58 and counting to go in the ball game. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jeremy Tollison. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Madison McKay producing things. Happy to be along with you tonight as we tick down and what is looking to be a very impressive performance so far for the hosting Cavs. Franklin, the quarterback, 2 receivers to the right, takes the snap. Going to give to Dobbs on the counter, and he will be cut down. Evan Banks makes the tackle, fires through untouched. Loss of a half yard. It'll be 2nd and long.
And again, just great play by Banks there. If you're going to run that counter, you have to get that backside block. And if you miss it, that's what happens. Banks just blows the play up.
Banks, a really important member of this football team. The junior has come into his own. Dobbs only added about 15 rushing yards in that third quarter. As the snap's taken, play fake, they fire to the outside. Gene, he keeps his footing, gets past the midfield into the 45, and nice job by Trajan Gene. It'll be a gain of 7 and bring up 3rd and manageable here for Lincoln County. And it's 3rd down here. Score update on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard. Upperman's lead up to 36-6 over White House over on UCR 2. Over on UCR 3, Friendship Christian still leads 23-20 over York. Snap taken here, handoff goes to Dobbs. Dobbs weaves forward and will be taken down. 4th in the game here for Lincoln County. It'll be 4th and 2. Thomas Johnson with another nice tackle.
Noah, you and I have talked about this again, and we're just seeing it play out, is the fact that Lincoln County just is not a quick strike team. And Cookeville has just pinned their ears back, decided they're going after number 9, and Lincoln County just doesn't have a counterbalance for it.
4th and 2 here for Lincoln County, 9:45 to go. Hard count. Again, they're checking on every play, running the play clock inside of 10 seconds, down by 17 on the road against a Cookeville offense that can churn the clock. But they need this one. Maddox Franklin has the snap, drops back, fires to the left, and it's bobbled, fought for, and caught. What a reception for Lincoln County to keep their hopes alive. Thought for a second it could have been a pick 6 going the other way, but Clint Quick wrestles it away, and the sophomore moves the chains.
Did that just go through Owen's hands?
It may have, yeah.
I couldn't tell if it just went through his hands or if he bobbled it and it got through to the receiver.
It looked like it was going to be picked going the other way, but ended up with Quick.
I mean, they were already about to light the cannon.
And Lincoln County's gone about 18 yards in 3 minutes. Trips over to the right side. Cookville's okay with that. Motion man is Gene. Takes the snap. They're going to hand off underneath. Trying to wiggle through and not a lot of room to operate. That's Dobbs on mid-carry. Still a very impressive streak for him. 8 of 8, 100-yard rushing game so far. Skyland Pleasant makes the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Cookville's adjustments to Dobbs have been really impressive tonight.
2 over to the right side. Shotgun formation. Franklin takes the snap, fires over. Receiver makes the catch. Gets hit and put down as they find Mick Smith. And they will blow the whistle. It'll move the chains on a gain of 9. Jack Roberts on the tackle. Time ticking away. We're already nearing 8 minutes to play. Lincoln County trailing by 17. Still haven't seen a ton of urgency.
You mentioned this, Noah. If I'm Coach Hennigan, I love it. Hey, drive it. Let's take about 6-7 more minutes, score a touchdown, and then we'll take a few knees and we'll go to the house.
2 over to the left. Under 8 to play. Cookeville shows blitz again. They bring it. Dobbs gets behind a blocker and nothing doing. The Cavs are ready for it that time, and they will put him down again for a loss of a yard. True McLaughlin makes the tackle that time, and a host of Cavaliers are getting their name in the stat book tonight on the defensive side. They're working hard to limit this rushing attack.
No, you talk about an all-football name team, True McLaughlin. I like that.
He's
awesome.
On there, no doubt.
He's on there. I love it.
Still think Lake Drake has the #1 spot in the Upper Cumberland right now. That's a sweet name for York. See you around postgame. During the Rico postgame show, Hallie will be joined by Taylor Hennigan. Snap taken. Play fake. Looking over the middle. Receiver cannot make the catch as he was looking at Thomas Johnson like a heat-seeking missile barreling towards him, and it tipped off of his hands. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, if he had caught that ball, Johnson would have said hello.
And good night. That was going to be a bone-jarring hit. He was open in the soft spot of the zone for Smith, but you go try to make that catch. That's not easy. 1 receiver each way here as they're trying to make it 4th and short, if not convert here. 2 men motion across the line. Franklin with Dobbs on his right. He's going to give to him. Dobbs gets hit and put down. Another nice tackle made for True McLaughlin. And it's 4th down in the game. This drive has gone about 30 yards, and it has taken half the quarter. 6:45 to go in the ball game.
And again, I think Cookeville has done a superior job with their adjustments, but I just really question Lincoln County's sense of urgency, their play selection in the second half. They have been their own worst enemy at times.
Trips to the left. 4th down and 9. Cookeville trying to get off the field. Shotgun snap, dropping back, stepping up, fires deep, receivers there, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Lincoln County. We've said his name a lot tonight as a blocker, but Wilkie Pack gets free, and the senior gets him within 2 scores.
Hey, great job by the quarterback there. For the first time tonight, it seems like he's extended the play. The pass was on time. The pass was accurate. And as a result, great play, great touchdown for Lincoln County. But Wilkie Pack, I'm telling you, defensive lineman, blocker, catches passes, very impressive.
Long drive, but they get the result they needed. Don't tune away just yet. Kick is up, and the extra point is good. 6:13 to go in the ball game. Lincoln County still with all 3 timeouts. It's 24-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, 24-14, our score here on the Mid-State Motorsports scoreboard. Jeremy, you've got something.
Small little update that could have an effect on this region, but 4th quarter score right now is Mount Juliet 14, Lebanon 21.
Just like we all predicted.
You've got to be kidding me.
Onside kick team is out for Lincoln County here, trying to get a possession back with 6:13 to play, trailing by 10 after a touchdown pass. And this is a backwards onside kick that is fielded, and that may be the worst onside kick I've ever seen in my life. It went backwards 5 yards. I really don't know what else to say. I've never seen that before in my entire life.
Probably drawn up a little different than that. What did they say, the Colts coach last year, about execution? What did you think about the execution of that onside kick? What did they say? They said, what did you think about the execution of your team tonight? And he said, I'd be in favor of it.
I have never seen that in my entire life.
At least they recovered it. Come on, Noah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Trips to the left, one to the right. Blake Owen, the quarterback from the 35-yard line, takes the snap, goes up the middle. Owen just barreling forward. Blake Owen rumbles forward for 8. I apologize. It is 2nd down and 2.
That Lebanon Mount Juliet scores late 3rd quarter, not 4th quarter. My apologies. Again, Owen there just showing, hey, we're ahead. We're taking this game right now. That is a we're taking this game right now run.
It is 2nd and 2.
Are you?
I've lost my composure. I've lost my composure.
Be a professional here,
I'm
Noah.
trying very hard to get it back. 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Blake Owen, the quarterback. He takes the snap, going to give to Evan Banks. On a cold night in the 4th quarter, the last thing you want to see as a defense is Evan Banks barreling downhill as he moves the chains for Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 1st down. First and 10 from the 24 as Cookville's looking for the dagger to ice it away as we go under 5 minutes to play in the ball game.
If that Lebanon score holds, we need to have Hallie ask Coach what he thinks about that.
Yeah, we definitely will. But this game's going to end way before that, unfortunately. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap taken, handoff goes to Johnson. The 3-headed monster continues, and Thomas Johnson rumbles through, sticks the ball out. That's dangerous in that situation, but it's a gain of 7, and Cookville is grounding and pounding their way towards their 7th win of the season.
And again, between Lincoln County and Cookville, we were wondering which team in the 4th quarter would be in this situation. Cookville has decided it's their night. But this is exactly what Lincoln County wanted to try to do as well. Get a lead and just ground and pound until you run the clock out. Cookville is doing what Cookville does.
And they are bleeding the clock down now to be under 4 minutes on the next snap. Lincoln County does have all 3 timeouts, but even more pressing for them right now, they got to figure out a way to get a stop as it's 2nd and 4 from the 17-yard line into the Connie McCormick with Remax 1 and Twin Lakes Catfish Farm red zone goes Cookville. 2 to the left. Blake Owen with the snap. Gives to a new back this time around the 20, bouncing it to the 15 to the 10, and a stiff finish to the run for Blake Barrett. The junior puts his shoulder into the chest of the defender for a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 1st down.
I'll tell you, number 1 did not want to see that.
He had to wear that one. That was a stiff shot from Blake Barrett. You like tackle football, you're going to love that.
Trayshawn Jean will remember that hit for a few weeks.
He went in there and took it, though.
He'll wake up in the middle of the night tonight and remember
credit.
that hit.
He ate it, got him out of bounds. But he had to wear that one. 1st and goal from the 6. They go into this power set with Easton Davidson under center. Takes the snap, turns and hands off to Thomas Johnson, who's hitting the backfield and taken down. A loss of a yard, no timeout, and we've got late flags in everywhere, and I think it's going to be on Lincoln County, who's been caught a few times with some extracurriculars this evening. Broden England with the tackle. Officials having a discussion here.
Yeah, anxious to see what is there. That was flags coming from different areas.
And I think both of the officials saw the same thing. So there may be some what was said. It's a personal foul, and they're going to offset them. So that's why I said maybe something was said as well in that mix. with a few shoves mixed in, so it'll offset. The down will count, and it'll be 2nd and goal. I believe.
It will happen after the play. The down should count. Should be 2nd down.
And the down mark has not changed yet. Still has not changed.
Well, let's remember it's 2nd down.
I believe it's 2nd down as Davidson's under center. May not matter. Takes the snap. A little bit of a miscommunication. We got a flag down as the handoff went to Blake Owen. He's driven backwards from the 6.
Referee threw his beanbag.
It says 2nd down. Yeah, that ball may have actually popped out. I said it a flag, but I think the ball popped out as Davidson got caught up on the feet of one of the other backs.
So it's 3rd down right now, correct?
It should be, but it says 2nd everywhere else. And they did just fix it. It is 3rd down. Not bad for the two that don't know anything.
It'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 6. 3rd and goal from the 6, I should say. As Owen comes in, and they're just turning the clock. 2:45, counting away. Cookeville trying to get to 7-1, continuing this unbelievable turnaround over the past couple of years for Taylor Hennigan, who's just been sensational in this role. Coming into his alma mater with a whole new energy in season number 3, trying to get to 18-13 in his career. And there are a lot more wins to come as they'll call timeout as the play clock ran down with 2:24 to go. We'll take it with them and be back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Time ticking away here, and what Cookeville hopes to be a big victory in the non-region schedule. Their final non-region game of the year. Cookeville wraps up next week. Huge one at Green Hill, which if the result holds between Lebanon and Mount Juliet, gets all the more interesting, where Lebanon is leading late in the 3rd quarter. Then they come back home for Wilson Central, a game they'll be heavily favored in. Here tonight, 24-14, trying to give Lincoln County their 2nd loss of the season.
No, off air, we were talking about the onside kick again, and unfortunately the ball went backwards. I did mention the only comparable kick I had seen in my refereeing career. I did see a kicker run up one time and swing and miss, like I do with a golf club occasionally, but he did literally swing and miss.
It's a little bit harder to hit a golf ball than to hit a football with your foot. But, hey, I've seen that, you try to step over and kick it backwards and it doesn't go very far. Or you kick it off yourself. Or I've not seen the turn and kick backwards move. To the point where I actually thought, is this a trick where they're going to kick it again on the other side? Is there some rule I don't know about?
You can't kick twice.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Speed option. They pitch it to the outside. Johnson will be hit and taken down. And the down marker went back to 2nd after they put it at 3rd. So now it reads 3rd down.
It's 4th.
I think we're the only two people in the building who know it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Okay. The down mark says 3rd.
And that was a great tackle by Broden England there, just to hang on and not let Johnson get loose. But it is 4th down.
Well, we're about to find out potentially, because Cookeville's leaving the offense on the field on what is either 3rd down or 4th down. There was some confusion after a penalty on the 1st down that came after the play was over.
And those penalties were dead ball fouls, so the play should have counted.
2 receivers stacked each way. Blake Owen takes the snap, fires this screen. They scored once earlier on this. They will not score this time as he's taken down. Lincoln County burns a timeout, and now it's going to be 4th down.
The only thing, unless I missed it, and unless the officials deemed that those personal fouls were live ball and they offset them and replayed the down, which I don't think they did. However, I may have missed that.
All right. Well, now it's decision time for Taylor Hennigan. Why not leave the offense on the field here?
Absolutely.
It's 4th down and goal from the 8 with 1:27 to play.
Clock stops either way at the end of this play. And, again, you and I have mentioned it 5 or 6 times. I almost said Tullahoma. Lincoln County is not built for the 80-yard touchdown bomb. The only way they're scoring a big play is if it's broken play or if there is somehow, some way, just some kind of broken tackle and he breaks loose.
Score update on the Midstate Motorsports scoreboard. York wins 26-23. Justin Matheny has to sit on that. He's down 3 games in the UCR Pick'em with just 2 regular season weeks to go. Ain't God good, everybody. 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line.
Please tell me the bet with Justin is he had to cut his hair.
I should have made that the bet.
Oh.
This is how crazy we are. There's literally nothing on the line. We just want to beat each other, which means a lot.
But each of you will talk garbage. So at the end of the day, that's worth everything to me, just being able to talk garbage. Good for York. That's a great win for York.
To come from behind that way. That is on the Midstate Motorsports scoreboard. We'll tell you about our friends at Midstate Motorsports. Coming up after this big 4th down and goal play, 1:27 to go as YMCA blares out over the loudspeakers. Trips to the left, one to the right. Cookeville looking to finish it in style. Blake Owen with the snap. Here comes pressure. Fires the wheel, and it's incomplete. A nice defensive play for Colton Carter. 1:22 to play. Lincoln County trails by 10. They got a long way to go, and they need 2 scores. They'll start on their own 8. Midstate Motorsports, the presenting sponsor of our scoreboard during Cookville's games. Victory is yours in the Kawasaki KX450 motorcycle. This championship-winning machine boasts a powerful 449cc engine, resilient suspension, and potent brakes, not to mention the technology to back it up in varying conditions like selectable power modes and launch control mode. Take the lead and build your legacy on the KX450. Save $2,500 on the KX450 right now at Midstate Motorsports, located at 1191 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville. Lincoln County's ready to go. 1:22 to go. Snap taken. Dropping back to pass is Franklin. He's being pressured. Steps up. Fires over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off for Cookville to the 10, to the 5. Pick 6. Ball game. Keeley Davis with the dagger on the interception return for the touchdown.
Huge play for Cookeville right there. Just like you said, just put the nail in the coffin. This game, we said it was over 10 minutes ago. It's definitely over now.
Keeley Davis with a pick 6 to ice it with 1:09 to go. Sanchez Cantu to try and make it 31-14.
I just got a text message a minute ago from one of Easton's buddies. They're listening to the broadcast. Ben Webb, great dude. Glad you guys are listening.
Snap, set, kick, good. 1:09 to play. Cookville's lead back to 17. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Keeley Davis with the pick 6, the icing on the cake. It's 31-14. I'll tell you, postgame, you got to have a tough decision to make when it comes to the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, Jeremy. That'll be during the Rico postgame show. Hallie will be joined by Coach Taylor Hennigan to talk about what's going to be a win for Cookeville. Methodical, strong performance tonight for the Cavs. Was a little bit suspect on the second drive of the game when it came to the run defense. They've been so much better since then.
Yeah, again, just Cookeville's got athletes all over the field. They've got coaches that can put the athletes in great position. It is just a winning combination right now. And as an alum of Cookeville, I am just so happy to see this football program putting on a show.
The kickoff is away. This one going to be fielded at about the 4-yard line. And a stiff shot level. They'll go down at the 20. with 1:01 to play in the ball game. Blake Barrett with the shot. And Cookeville is rolling downhill, playing loose, playing free, and playing well right now. The Cannons got some work tonight. They've had to fire that thing a few times. First and 10. We'll see if they air it out or just try and keep it on the ground, see if they can pop a big one. Eli Davis, he's going to be feeling good after that pick six. Snap taken, dropping back. Franklin rolls out. Now he's being pressured, being hit, and being sacked. Taken down on a domino sack. Landon McCarter. He was a camera tech for us in Gatlinburg when the Lady Cavs played last year. Now he's out here getting his domino sack with a minute to go. Did a great job, too. I told Coach Gillis, I'm going to come stream it, but I need somebody who can help me, and they were able to do it. Appreciate that, and gets a sack there. He's going to be a good player in multiple places. He is. Trips to the left, one to the right. 22 seconds and counting to play. Cookeville about to win the football game. Franklin drops, fires, and that one's broken up. Davis was hunting another pick six on that one, just a hair behind it. 13 seconds to go. At a certain point, if you're Lincoln County, you want to make sure nobody gets hurt here.
You do, and it unfortunately for Lincoln County, it just shows how one-dimensional they are. And listen, Dobbs is a fantastic running back. Their offensive line, they're schematically sound, but it's not what this team's built for.
Cookeville with 5 DBs deep, and they're going to give to Dobbs. Dobbs going to get some running numbers here on the final play of the game. Rumbles to the 30, to the 35, and down at the 40. And with 4 seconds to go, they'll stop the clock to reset the chains, run it, and we will have the final score. No timeout, and that will do it. Final score tonight, Cookeville gets to 7-1 on the season. Cavaliers 31, Falcons 14. We welcome you into the Real Estate Collective post-game show at the end of a very impressive performance, and I think kind of similar to the Gallatin game, Jeremy. Was a little uneasiness in the air here after they went down early. It wasn't as bad as they were down against Gallatin or as late as they were down in that first half. But they go down 7-0, and after that, 24 unanswered, and then they capped it off with the pick six.
You know, one thing I see is we just see a Cookeville team that in the last couple of years just matures and matures and matures a little bit more week in and week out. And again, I think you attribute that to several things. Number one, I think this coaching staff has done a fantastic job. Number two, I think over the last 6 or 8, 10 years, there's been a lot of athletes in the hallways that are playing football now. So at the end of the day, just that combination has caused this program to just kind of just do a seismic shift, and it is absolutely heading in the right direction.
It is 31-14. We'll have your final stats coming up, and Hallie will be joined by Taylor Hennigan once they break the post-game huddle. But, you know, coming off a fall break, it's a weird spot to be in, but we saw a similar script. And one interesting thing added tonight for Cookeville, and the strength of Lincoln County certainly not on the outside, but Blake Owen looked pretty good throwing the football tonight.
Yeah, he looked really good, especially, you know, the opening offensive play of the third quarter. It just shows his strength. We know, as hard as he runs, as much as he works out, as thick as he is, we know that he is strong, but he is accurate with the football. And if he can continue to be that accurate with the football and then be as bruising as they are, they're going to be hard to handle for any team that plays.
Yeah, and here's the stats, and one that just leaps out to you. You talk about running the football. It was a good night for Lincoln County, and maybe not to the extent they've had, though. 38 carries for 143 yards. Cookeville just 22 carries for 82 yards. But the stunning stat, Cookeville throws for 222 yards on just 11 completions. Blake Owen goes 11 of 17 for 222, including the real backbreaker. First play of the third quarter. They're up by 3, and they hit a bomb to Caden Cisco. And a lot of those rushing yards from Lincoln County came on that second drive of the game where they went down the field. It took 92 yards. and a few minutes off the clock. But after that, Cookeville really pretty dominated this football game, Jeremy. And now, good luck. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. You've got your pick tonight. Who's it going to?
And I'll tell you, there are a few players that I think kind of stood out from the rest. But tonight, to me, just seemed like a game where we manage the game. We don't make mistakes. We manage the running game. We mix in a little bit of the passing game, but Blake Owen is by far my choice for player of the week, and that's who it goes to.
The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game is Blake Owen. Hallie Ledbetter is tracking down Taylor Hennigan. I see them down there, and they'll get into position right about where they are right now. And
Hallie, make sure one of your questions is what does he feel as though if Lebanon holds on and beats Mount Juliet, how that helps
Yeah,
him?
We would love to know. Say that's from the booth.
That's from the booth.
We'd love to know that question. Go ahead, Hallie, take it away.
Coach, how do you feel about if Lebanon was to beat Mount Juliet tonight going into next week?
Yeah, I guess that helps us. We got to take care of business. But
make sure he knows that's from us.
Yeah.
Make sure he knows they're up right now in the fourth quarter.
And that's from us up there.
Okay. What's the score?
What's the score?
It's 21-17 Lebanon in the fourth quarter.
21-17.
And that's
Lebanon.
that question's from the booth. But take it away, Hallie. You can do your job now. Sorry.
All right. How are you feeling after the win tonight?
I'm good. I mean, I told our guys it's hard to win. That's a really physical team, much improved team. A bunch of credit to them and what they're building there and getting back to Lincoln County football. Good players and physical. I was really proud of our defense. Outside of probably two plays, we got lucky on the interception there at the end. That was not very good defense, but really proud of the way our defense started the second half. We kind of challenged them to stop the run just in our base stuff and get back to our base defense. So that was very positive. Some good things. I thought a little inconsistent offensively, but, kind of our recipe, run, and we were able to hit on some explosive passes, which was big. The execution at the end of the first half and then the defense to start the second half was, to me, what I'm most proud about.
What was said at halftime to get the momentum going into the second half?
Offensively, it was about challenging our guys to match their physicality, which I didn't think that we did. Defensively, it was more, like I just said a minute ago, it's more about just let's get back to base defense and let's stop the run. And easier said than done, but our guys really did a good job of that adjustment.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's Hallie Ledbetter with head coach Taylor Hennigan. Poor Hallie. We're just chirping in her ear.
We're sorry, Hallie.
I'm not sorry at all about
I wanted
it, but I do feel
to
bad
get
for
his
her.
reaction because that is just such a stunner if it holds on. I just wanted to get a raw, real reaction from Coach.
She has to deal with us hollering in her ear during commercial breaks and stuff. But did a great job there. And Blake Owen, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game, next up for Cookville. A huge one on the road in the high school football game of the week at Green Hill. We will be there. Myself, Jeremy, Hallie on the call. I'm going to do my darndest to get a certain long-haired weirdo in the booth with us as well. Love going to Green Hill. First-class facilities, first-class administration, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But we were wondering how tonight would go. Tonight is clinched, I think, no matter what happens over there in Lebanon and Mount Juliet. The region implications are gigantic in that one next week, so we will be there from Mount Juliet next Friday night. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:45. Don't forget, join us later on tonight for the Friday night in-zone show. Jacob and myself will talk about this game, talk about that comeback for York Institute. Maybe try to get Derwin Wright on the phone tonight on that show. We'll talk about all the other games in the Upper Cumberland. Of course, we'll hit on if that result holds, if Lebanon were able to hold on against Mount Juliet. And even if they don't, we're going to talk about it all coming up later on tonight live on the main UCR Facebook page. The Cavaliers improved to 7-1 on the season. Get back into region play with a huge one at Green Hill next week. We'll remind you to keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose is here tonight, so we've got a cinematic highlight reel coming from this game. Photos, more. Mrs. Goose, Maddie Lindsay, is here as well. And she made sure that I said that means the photos will be better this week on UpperCumberlandReporter.com because she's taking a bunch of them. We'll leave you with a couple of notes. You want to do one? You want to say what I was going to say, or you want me to
go
do
ahead.
it?
Go ahead. You got it.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Go Big Orange.
Low tide.
Low tide. And we're taking the goalpost into the river.
If we win
we're taking the
and you
goalpost
run
into the
on
river.
the field, I'm going with you. If you are part of the goalpost, I am with you, and we may throw it in the Tennessee River. I don't know how far we're going to carry it.
I promise you, if Tennessee wins tomorrow, I'm going on the field. We appreciate those of you who watched.
We may need bail money, by the way.
Those of you who watched, we'll bring back the mug shots for one time. For those of you who watch on the main Facebook page, YouTube channel, listen on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, or watching the Hub Plus Roku app or Channel 192, we appreciate that as well. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area. I'm Noah McKay for Jeremy Tollis and Hallie Ledbetter, Madison McKay, Michael Lindsay, Maddie Lindsay, and everybody at UCR. Final score tonight, Cookville 31,